I hate all the negativity that you keep spewing out because it's a very toxic feeling. And I said, yes, but I have to expel it like an exorcism. So then also, too, I was sitting here and I was getting poked in my left breast. And all of a sudden, this wire come out of the bra and it's stabbing my chest, near my heart, on my teeth. It's funny. I think it's hilarious. We're just playing around here. We're just hanging out, everybody. It's TV time with Leticia.
What am I going to do with my phone? I usually take it out of my purse, but I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I haven't seen it. I have no idea. Ooh, don't fall. I'm using a Kleenex box. Sorry. Can't advertise. See here. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. I lost my Kleenex I had. Hair's crazy. Look at that. I was doing this too in jail. in the psych ward and stuff. Just to, fuck with them. At one point too, I went in front of a judge and I just had my hair on top of my head all weird. There we go. Look at that. Look at that, Mommy. I'm that dude from the Fieries part of that one cartoon movie, the claymation one. Hold on. She laughed.
Like, what's his name? Larry King or something like that?
Don King.
Don King.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's funny.
Water.
Let me play with all of my hair. I'll have to wash it.
It's getting cold.
Well, what? Don't you dare put the heat on.
No. It's set to 70. It's still 68 in here.
Mommy, you already told me to switch it. You're
My
glitching.
hands are froze.
I just spent like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're doing
10 minutes.
exercise, exerting yourself. I'm not going to.
You just got done running around, and then you wouldn't sit down after we carried that chair in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I helped her carry a chair into the bedroom, and it ended up like barely fitting through the doorway, but she's paid $5 for it, so that was like pretty nice.
It's comfortable.
I put my hair up properly, as it should be, atop my crown. Oh, atop my head. Yes. Look at me. I'm so magnificent. Look at my... Look at that. Mommy's staring. Wait, can I get you on film? Hold on. Do that face again. Stop smiling. You went... Stop it. You are so funny.
It just gets worse.
It gets worse, she says. Meatballs. Should make meatballs for my hair. Right?
So you got spaghetti no hair.
Yep.
Okay.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. So crazy. I'm so crazy. I was just messing with them, but I'm so glad they switched it to female judges because I couldn't even look the males in the eyes. They were just fucking tearing me down and judging me like on my looks. That's weird. Why do you judge everyone based upon their looks, men? Why are they like that? Is that okay? Are you okay? Blinded by love. It wasn't love.
Jalapeno. Wait.
Mommy, you were telling me about all the crazy stuff about your childhood. Not crazy stuff.
Jalapeno bacon egg salad. Jalapeno bacon egg salad.
Interesting.
Gotta mix them.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah.
I can definitely start cooking over here and just filming myself cooking here. Once... I know Angelito likes to come and go, but his energy is so powerful and negative to me that I can't. What did you tell me to do just now? Regarding Angelito.
To not say anything that'll piss him off, do anything that'll piss him off. I don't want any trouble.
So you are telling me, and you're not on video, mind you, you're just on audio.
Yeah.
You're telling me I have to bow to my brother again.
I didn't say you have to bow to him. I said don't be negative and start fights. I ain't gonna handle this.
I'm not trying to be negative. Why is it when I'm trying to be
Because
positive?
when it comes to you two, I'm done. And if you don't behave in my house, it's my house. It's not a flop house.
That's why I left. That's why I became homeless, because I can't stand Angelito's energy. He's so powerful to the point of physical violence because he was in jail, in prison.
But you forget that this is my house and you're both my children.
We need to
and
sue
I
them.
have to deal with it.
Yeah, we
So
need
stop
to.
it.
We need to get something straight here. And I'm trying my damnedest, and he's going to end up finding out from you trolls and cyberbullies that I dislike his girlfriend because I don't approve of the way they're living. Why? Because I showed you why. There's always something. One thing leads to another. Chemical reaction. Chain of events. I'm tired. My mom was like, you need to get sleep. Mom, I'm trying to. Apparently, I'm in creative mode right now. Apparently, I'm in, like, jot it down, making notes mode. Meow meow. I miss my cat. I miss her. I worry that he's not tending to her needs. I know he's ignoring her. That poor cat. I told people about this shit very early on. Why are they still trapping me in a loop? I would like lots and lots and lots of money. Give me a shit ton of money so I can travel the world and just be funny and happy. Sometimes this like screen saver on here is so neat. And it goes around and goes around and goes around, but it's so many different... It's in a loop. It's stuck in a loop. What a coinky dink. Mommy, you were telling me about your childhood.
I don't want to talk about my childhood right now. I'm busy.
I see.
Another time. Yes. But it's okay right now. I've got things to look into. I've been gone all day.
I wanted to capture your soul on film. Don't you understand?
I have no soul.
Neither one of us. That's hilarious. We have no soul. Oh, Mommy, you're so funny. I love you.
Done to wipe the fuck out of me.
You're so funny.
Everybody sucks my energy.
True, they're vampires. They're fucking vampires. They're leeches, aren't they, Mommy? Serpents that need to go slither under their rocks. Huh, Mom? Thank God I avoided that complication. What a bitch. I told my mom in the bedroom. And I know this pops up and goes and whatever, this fragment of reality, whatever, stable, grounded, whatever, wherever I'm at, you know? How in the fuck can she be that conceited that she is embarrassed of me making videos of myself, describing myself and what I've seen, encountered in this world, in this tangible flesh that you call reality? I don't get it. I want to please the gods. I want to please everybody, from the top to the bottom, but mostly not the bottom if they're acting like fucking animals. Bottom feeders.
And we are not bottom feeders.
That's what I fucking...
I take care of my shit. I take care of myself best I can. Take care of my kids best I can. Help them when I can. So, no, I'm not a bottom feeder.
She's the only one in my reality that receives more brownie points than any of you because she volunteered her life to give me life, right? At that time. Mommy, can you tell me about my birth? I would like that. Can I get you on film saying it?
14-hour labor baby.
Tell me about it.
Fucking A. I had to walk the goddamn hallways and it hurt like hell.
Fuck. Tell me about it.
14 and a half hours. You fucking kidding me?
What a demon baby I was.
I had all the other kids quick.
God, I was an asshole to you.
And that's that I wait. I wait till I know that the contractions are coming. But you did that from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning until we got at the hospital at 4 o'clock in the morning. And you weren't born until 6:35.
PM.
Yes, PM.
Central Standard Time?
Yeah.
Because it was, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
Exactly. At what hospital?
You were born at what was it called? Madison. No, Meritor General, I think, something like that. Meritor.
How did they treat you?
Like shit, they put me in a room where all the extra equipment was.
Why?
Because I don't know, because I hadn't had any prior what do you call it, doctor's visits or anything. So I was like no history.
So they were, what? They threatened you, didn't they?
No, not until I was gonna leave. I was gonna get up and put my clothes on. They told me that if if I left, I would be endangering. I'd be, you know,
Why did they say that to you? Why did you say that you were going to leave?
Because your dad was being an asshole.
And then what? But why? Why was he being an asshole?
Because staff changed. What do they call that? When you do the staff change? You know?
Yeah, shift change.
Shift change.
And then what?
And the woman doctor that I had turned into a male doctor.
Oh, so you were traumatized from the male doctor trying to get into your coochie.
I wasn't so much traumatized as from what your dad was saying to me in Spanish.
Calling you a whore.
Yeah, a whore, no good.
While you were in labor.
Blah, blah, blah. And I'm in labor, and crowning everything. They'd already broke my water, and he's still saying all this shit in Spanish. And, you know, cool and calm as a cucumber, so it's like in a monotone voice.
What do you think you did to Daddy to upset him?
I don't know. He just always thought that I was going out and whatever. How? I'm in the house 24/7 and other kids and
Exactly.
Whatever. And
a saint.
Yeah. So
all you did was try to provide for your family in any way you could, because you loved your children very much, and you didn't want your family separated. Isn't that right?
Cooking, cleaning, and getting beat. That was my life.
Yep. That's a majority of these history of women's lives, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Segregation, suppression, oppression.
I had a husband, but you might as well say I raised everybody by myself.
Fuck yes, you did. An independent woman with an asshole beating her the whole time, talking about money, money, money. And did you fucking stay with him for the money?
What
I mean,
money?
exactly.
What money?
You fucking left because that shit was getting real, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean when I finally left? Fuck yeah, there was no money.
Yeah, there still isn't, is there?
No.
No. So when they think they know me, they don't really talk. They don't know. Can you go back to the date of my birth, though? I want to know who named me.
I did.
Wait a minute. That's not the story you told me.
Okay. I seen the name. We were watching a Spanish movie.
You said that Dottie named me.
No. We were watching a Spanish movie, and it got to the credits after the movie, and it said one of the person's name was Leticia something other, and I asked him, I'm like, Leticia, I'd never heard the name.
Uh-huh.
It was new to me.
Uh-huh.
And then he agreed that he liked the name. I found out later that it meant joy. Because I looked it up in the dictionary. Before you were born, I'm saying. I looked it up in the baby dictionary and everything, because I always got the books from the library that for baby names.
This is interesting because this is not what I remember you telling me years ago. And I guess all the stays in the psych ward and all the stays in the jail might have affected my memory, you know?
Well, your dad said it was a good name, because I was going to call you Silvia Dora.
I don't look like a Silvia Dora, do I?
No, you have a cousin now named Sylvia because your aunt took the name.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know, since I didn't use it for you, because I was all about it. Your name was going to be Sylvia Dora. But then I was like 7 months, well, not even 7 months, because you came out at, I think 8 months, not 7.5. I think it's 8 months. So yeah, that name was seen on the credits of a Spanish movie. And then when I asked your dad about it, you know, do you know that name? And he's like, yeah, I've heard it before. I like it. So, but then I couldn't find a middle name for you.
Why were you unable to seek medical assistance or prenatal care with me?
Because your dad wouldn't let me.
Why?
I don't know. You came, you know, pretty quick, 14 months after Augustine. He was fine when Augustine was born, knowing it was a boy, I guess. We didn't know what you were, boy or girl.
Yeah, and didn't he kick you in the belly when I was in there?
No, that was when he found I was pregnant with your sister.
Oh, the
Yeah.
first
The
child.
first child.
Because you had made comments of these, and now I'm piecing
Yeah.
it together because my memory's
So
lost.
basically, in his mind, he thought that I got pregnant to trap him, but we were already married. I found out a month, 5 weeks, like 5 weeks after we got married.
Did you guys fornicate before marriage?
Yes.
Ooh, but he
Ooh.
chose. But he chose to stay with you. He asked you.
No.
Oh fuck.
No.
Oh,
No.
I didn't know this part of the story. This is getting good.
No.
What happened when you met Daddy? You were a salad prep.
Um. Well, the thing that happened was that the other guys that worked with us that were older than me but not as old as your dad,
Uh-huh.
the white guys,
Yes.
started talking shit, saying that I hadn't, but they like to egg on the Mexicans to piss them off.
Exactly.
So they were like, I don't know, probably 18, 19-year-old guys working in the kitchen, and they started like taunting and saying that I had been with this guy and been with that guy, which
Oh my
was
God.
not true.
Okay, so these
So I
assholes.
didn't know this. I didn't know this till like a long time later that your dad fessed up to me and said, well, they'd been saying that you were doing this and you were doing that. So he thought I was like fucking whoring around or something instead of just being with him. When I chose him, it was because I thought we could learn together, because he didn't know my language and I didn't know his language. So I bought 2 dictionaries with my money.
Wait, that's beautiful.
And he kept one, I kept one. And I thought, maybe after 20 years, it'll be like starting over new, because we would understand each other. I don't know why 20 years was in my head,
Uh-huh.
but it was. Well, that didn't fucking happen.
I think that maybe, in a way,
I mean, yeah, we could talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Our vocab was fine. I have an extensive vocab in Spanish.
Yes, you do.
And, I used to write the letters to his mom and his sisters and his whoever. I'm the one that wrote the letters in Spanish. So I caught on real quick to the language. And so that's what I've been doing ever since, is translating and helping. I still do it.
You do?
Even sometimes over the phone, I do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
with what had happened with going on with when you got together and you were getting along and you had your first child and you had no idea what was going on at all. You were naive to everything. Very, very, very
But
innocent.
I knew how to keep my house in nurture. I had a clean house. Maybe, I look back in the pictures and I'm like, oh my God, that's so old fashioned. But at the time, we were very comfortable. I made a nursery for the baby, for your sister when she was born. And I always had, hand-me-downs from family for curtains and things like that. The curtains I had, and I had them for years and years, were my grandmother's.
Yeah.
And there's pictures in my houses of those curtains.
Uh-huh.
And I love it. I love it because I love my grandma.
Yeah.
So that's like I got the golden slippers. They're my grandma's. So.
Aww.
The curtains had gold in them too. Grandma was all about gold. That was her favorite color. So.
My mom is so sentimental. She keeps everything she could possibly can, and she got me something today.
Not really. I left all that behind when I left Wisconsin.
You did. You're very.
To this day, everything is in the china cabinet. The little knickknacks and everything I had. But yeah, there is things that I did pack up and take, mementos. I have all the stuff from your kids when you're a baby. I have your stuff from your baptisms and your candles, and I tried to keep outfits, but I only actually have one, and that was Angel's. And I couldn't use it for Israel because he was born in the winter time. So, so was Angel, but I don't know, can't remember. But anyways.
Yeah.
But Israel was a chubby baby.
Yeah, yeah, he was.
Wasn't. So.
But he was your last one in your blessing, and you really wanted him.
nobody understands, but that day I was in the kitchen and I was chopping up vegetables, making dinner and stuff, and I heard a voice. I heard a voice that said, told me, you're going to have a baby. It's going to be a boy, and you have to have him. It's important. So
it was more like a feeling than a voice.
Yeah, but no, it was
But
like,
it was clear as day.
clear as day, and it's daytime. And
Wow.
I actually stopped what I was doing and turned around in the kitchen and looked around like,
Mommy,
what was that?
weren't you hearing voices when you were with us doing a puzzle with Robert at his house? Men talking?
Oh yeah, I could hear that.
You could?
I kept telling you.
Who's
talking?
here?
And then I thought a TV was on or something, but I could hear the buzz of a man's voice.
I remember in the upstairs of the, remember that house on the highway? What's it called?
Dearborn.
Dearborn. Up in the second floor we lived, right?
Yeah.
I remember as a very young child staring out and in my mind's eye seeing a skeletal face staring back at me. Didn't we live right next to a graveyard?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, and that house was the original homestead there, so no telling how many people had died in it.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know. People's died in every house, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Except this one. I've been in this house since it's new.
But the land has been here, yeah. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But, so, Mommy.
Yes.
From your perspective, that house is gone now, isn't it? It's demolished.
Yeah, they raised it a long time ago. I don't know. But I've still went there and I've walked the grounds because I don't know why. They say that if you lost something there, you know, that it, like, haunts you.
Yes.
You know what I lost?
What?
Your golden chain with your Virgen de Guadalupe that I bought you in Mexico and you had on your neck.
I was talking about that today.
And it went down the drain.
That's what I said. I fucking said that.
It come off your neck apparently, and I didn't catch it. Now later on, I'm like, "Where's the necklace?" You were young. I don't know if you remember.
No, not really. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Even your dad freaked out about it and tried to look down the drain and tried to even go to the basement and take apart the pipe down there and see if it was there. And then we thought, well, maybe you didn't lose it in the bathtub because there was a big vent just outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe you lost it down there. Well, we pulled up the vent and looked with flashlights and everything, and you know, there's trash and old trash and stuff in it. But no, we never come up with the necklace, and so that always had bothered me because I specifically bought it for you in Mexico that was the reason why I was so connected to that necklace for you was because you almost died on us in Mexico.
Tell me about that.
Well, you got so sick with some stomach bug that they, and that's it. We always took jugs and jugs of water from here, as many as we could fit in the car. But we ran out of that, I guess, and I started having to buy the jugs of water. We still never gave you the water because I wasn't even supposed to drink it.
Yes.
Because our bodies just we're not.
Yes, accustomed to the bacteria that's in it.
Yes.
The living or microorganisms.
Yeah. So then while we were there, and you're having problems throwing up and diarrhea and stuff and
dysentery probably.
Yeah, like a dysentery. And so we took you to
high fever.
We took you to the clinic, and they told me to put you on soy milk, that it would settle your stomach. So that's when I switched you.
Interesting how I should have already been eating a plant-based diet from the very beginning, huh?
I guess. So they had us change that.
And that was from a Mexican doctor, right? One that was more holistic and natural, right?
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
knew better.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, probably.
That probably wasn't intertwined with the United States and its corruption.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then I switched it to the soy and was making it with bottled water and everything. I always did that. I was always real careful, and it was a lot of extra added work and stress making sure I had everything for you guys when we went down there.
Yeah.
And then you get sick, and we were down there for like a month or maybe 4 to 6 weeks. We tried to, take our time and be there and enjoy it. But then you got sick, and you weren't getting better, and then we took you to another doctor that was more holistic. She wasn't a doctor. She was just
Like a midwife.
nurse. She was a nurse she was a
Midwife.
midwife. She did a midwife thing. She was close by, and we took you to her, and she had given you 2 different shots, and the fucking needle was bigger than your butt cheek.
Wow.
And she had to do it sideways because you just you had lost so much weight. So she did that twice, and you still weren't getting better. And then she come right out and told your dad straight to his face, if you don't take this child back to the United States right now, you're going to bury her in Mexico.
Damn.
Because you were wearing Angelito's clothes, because Angelito was only a baby when it was when we took him, he was a year old.
Mm-hmm.
When he had his first birthday down there, that was in 1990.
Wow.
We celebrated his birthday January in 1990, and you were wearing his pajamas.
Oh, wow.
And so, wait, is it the other way around? That doesn't make sense to me. You're older than Angelito. I'm sorry, I'm old. I'm losing my mind.
No. You're.
Okay, so anyways, that's when I knew. I'm like, what the fuck? She can fit in this smaller clothes. I don't have anything that fits her. She's lost so much weight. You had so much fever. Your dad took it seriously. He loaded us up and we were fucking gone the next day.
Oh, I thought you said you turned to me at one point and you said that you saved me.
No, your dad did.
Interesting.
Because your dad said...
That's not what I remember. What I remember is you screaming at me, I saved your life because your father wanted you dead. That's weird how I remember it that way.
Why would you say that?
That's fucking weird. Huh. No. Altered reality?
I guess, because no.
Weird.
I never said your dad wanted you dead. It wasn't true.
Interesting.
I mean, he didn't like that a girl was born, and I was devastated, but then you were so cute, and I got to dress you in your little pink outfits and stuff, and you were a chubby baby too. Even though you came early, you fattened up quick. So you were cute in your little outfits, and there was one I had bought, and I saved it because I had it like before Augustine was born. And it was a little sweater type zip up onesie, and there's pictures of you. It's got little frilly arms, but it was knit.
Weird. Yeah,
And so I put that on you until you just were like busting out of it. One of the pictures shows that I could barely get it on you anymore. It was so cute. And so anyways, we came home, took you to the doctor. They ended up putting you on Dimetap. Dimetap had alcohol in it back then.
Weird.
Yes.
They fed me alcohol to save my life.
They did that with babies, and in the 80s and 90s, there was alcohol.
They gave me
in the Dimetap product.
They gave me something.
Children.
Yeah.
It
weird.
helped you sleep and everything.
How I was toxified early on with alcohol like that.
Yeah.
And a doctor did it.
Yeah, it was still.
That's
they didn't prescribe it. You could buy it over the counter.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is but that's concerning.
Yeah. So you got better up here. Right away you started getting better and gaining weight again and getting fine once the doctors in I think Illinois or Wisconsin seen you, and you were okay then until you were like the first time we come down here. No, I think we went to Florida. And you were only like 3 or 4 years old. And we stopped to stay at a hotel. And the hotel guy was taking us to our rooms. And there was this real thin sidewalk that was next to the pool and the rooms. It was like a hotel motel or something. Nice, but and the pool still had water in it, but it was cold. I remember when we got down here, there was like a cold front in Florida. And so, we were going with summer clothes and thinking it was going to be warm at the time. We stayed, a week or two, so it did get warm. But as we're going from wherever the office was, and the guy's taking us back to our room, that sidewalk, you couldn't even walk side by side. So we all had to go single file. And I believe your dad was in front, and then me, and then your kids trailed behind. And something made me turn around. Didn't hear anything, but something made me turn around to check you kids. And you were missing. My eyes shot to the line behind me, and then all of a sudden I seen you floating in the pool.
Damn.
And I pushed past the kids, shoved them to the wall, to push past them.
Yeah.
And I jumped in the pool and pulled you up. You had no fear. When I pulled you up, you were not choking. You were not dead. You were not alive. You had like no emotion on your face. It was really weird because you didn't freak out.
I told you, people.
Like
I've died before, and it's peaceful
like
there.
Pulling a dog out of the water because you think you were a dead man's float face down.
Yeah.
When I jumped in and I thought you were fucking dead already, and I flip you over, and somehow you didn't even cough out water or anything, and I'm like shaking you a little bit in my arms because you were like you had no emotion on your face, and then finally you opened your eyes, and I just hugged you. I knew you were okay, and then they had to drag us out of the pool.
Fuck.
It was a cold day. But the pool was like not bad.
But you saved my life that day. You chose my life over your own.
Yeah, because if I hadn't looked back when I did.
Yeah.
And we still followed the person off wherever he was taking us to our room. We're only like halfway there.
Yeah.
This happened. If I hadn't had that sense of like, just I needed to check, and I turned around and I only seen the other kids, and I'm like, what? And my eyes flicked over. I seen you dead man floating, man.
Damn.
That's
fucked
we had
up.
already got past the pool,
How many of us children have done that to you?
What?
Died on you like that, or attempted?
Just you.
Just me.
Yeah, just you.
So why do I keep seeking God that way? Why do you think I chose my reflection? Do you think I wanted to get to the little girl in the reflection in the pool?
I don't know.
Because she looked like me, right?
Maybe you looked over.
Were we around mirrors and stuff and, cameras a lot or anything? Before that?
Well, the mirrors in the Briar house, that there's a lot of mirrors in that house.
No, before. I'm saying when I had this tiny baby. When I was a baby. When I fell in the pool. Did I know my reflection? Did I see myself before?
Maybe. Oh, yeah, of course you did.
Okay. So I liked myself enough to try to reach into, to see myself.
I guess.
To play with the little girl that loved me in the pool.
Maybe.
I see. The little girl that might have swapped places with me each time. Like Sissy, what did Sissy call me?
Alien.
Why did she do that?
I don't know. But she fucked with the kids. She always told you things like to fuck with your mind.
Really? Why do you think she did that?
Well, I don't think she wanted a sister. So.
Weird.
I mean, it was like.
She kind of picked on me a lot, but she did save me a lot.
Yeah, but the boys tell me that she picked on them a lot too. So.
Yeah, but she was always kind of grumpy, bear.
Yeah.
But
But then you guys got to be friends, like
later.
There's a picture at Christmas when you kissed her on the cheek for the doll she gave you.
Aw.
And she's like, and just.
Oh, Juanita's coming in, right?
No, it's the cats jumping.
Oh my God, I scared the shit out of me.
They jump off the roof down onto the railings and shit.
I wish Cecilia would hear this, and come back home. So, but anyway, I just wish people would acknowledge the struggle that you had, even dealing with me, trying to, whatever was going on. The mental stress, as whatever was going on that you had to deal with, me as a special child, I guess. Mm-hmm. Because you had to go to the doctors. They had to give me all these medications and stuff, right? Alcohol that is now illegal. And then they turn around and all of this stuff that adds up to why I wouldn't be here today, and why, if this is not really reality, wouldn't that be a restart? What if they erase some people's memory sometimes? Which reminds me, if you have loved ones that are losing memory as they age, and then they end up with Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff, people have forgotten about them as they're living. You have not tended to your elders. You have not pulled their soul out again to remind them who they are. They lost track of everything, and now they were bloop out of there. Majority of the time. It's sad. It's like it just pulls right through. They're like, no, doctors say it's because of this. Well, Leticia says, my mom was going through something just now. I lost track of where she was, and I had to ask her and ground her, give her some water, and tell her to rest, because she was overworking herself. She has always overworked herself. So, I don't know what to say anymore. That's why I just hear it from other people, their perspective, what really happened in their eyes, because in my eyes, it's sometimes a little altered. So even when I was telling you about like when I was growing up in Briar House and there was mirrors across from my bed, wasn't there a big mirror, huh, Mommy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and big windows all over my room, right? Reflective surfaces, right? And my computer was, the family computer was in there, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Right, yes. Exactly. So, when I would wake up sometimes, my shirt would be over my head. Not over my head, but up here, over my breasts, I mean. My shirt would be raised up here. But I was dead asleep. And I would wake up that way, and I always blamed my father. I don't blame my father anymore for that. I would find him over my bed sometimes and looking through my phone. I had a cell phone at that time. And I know who to blame. But not my dad. My dad didn't do that to me while I was sleeping, that I was dead asleep to the point where I was violated. I would wake up with my shirt over my beautiful, perky, delicious, nice. Yeah. And what happened? They took that away from me because they said that all of a sudden there was some benign growth in this left breast. They forced me to have a surgery because my mom was convinced that they needed to have a sample. Isn't that right, Mommy? Yeah. When was that? How old was I? 14. 14 when that happened. Maybe. Yeah. So they scarred my body and stole that. What happened? You might have been 16 by then. That's what I thought too, yeah, 16. I think you might have been 16 by then. Why did they what excuse did they say to alter my body? They said you had cysts in there. And it could be cancerous. Huh. So how big was the... They're pretty big. The cysts, yeah. The word they said was golf ball size, yeah. Right? Yeah. So it altered the shape of my body. So I have one breast that's smaller than the other. So that wasn't like that before. I was perfect. I tried to love myself. Tried to care for myself. And the doctors forced my mother to believe nonsense. And they altered my beauty to break me, to humble me. I've always been haunted by that. You scarred me. I should be suing you. But it goes up to God. And God says you failed. You lied to my mommy. You were the first ones to destroy my beauty, my image. Told me I needed to go under the knife. Alterations. You destroyed my corpse. You violated treason against the highest courts. Violation. You know it. You know it. Because this poor woman was doing her goddamn best and you were fucking with her from the very top. The top of the triangle. Look at how hard she works today. Look at this. You're working her to death. You've got me on video. For a second. Fuck. Can I not? I need memories of this. So, because obviously they keep altering them every time they snatch me away. And I don't remember things accurately as I know them for fact. So, here I am thinking, did my dad even touch me in front of the television? If it is true that things come in and out, and he said, no, that was a dream. Why do I say these things? The masculine. Coming in the shape of my father? Blaming my father. Blaming my father, altering my reality, my memory, to blame my physical father. What the fuck? What the fuck? Forcing my father to act out of turn. Did Daddy always touch at us, Mommy? Yeah?
It was just his thing to piss us off.
I remember seeing him grab your breasts and suckle on them.
Yeah, he did
In front
one
of us.
time when he was fucking trying to prove somebody on a fucking point that he was master of everything.
So he was like an egomaniac at that time, right?
Hi, Gracie. Yeah.
So when he would grab like Sissy's breasts in front of you, you didn't know what to do, did you? Because what did he do?
No.
He threatened to kill you, didn't he? You don't even want to look at the camera.
I kept telling him to stop it.
You did.
Yeah.
You could not defend yourself.
I get in fights with him and shit, but
So
I would, so whatever.
So the odds were uneven from the very get-go when they thought it was love. My mother thought it was love. My dad was all business. He wanted to take care of his family in Mexico and then abused my mother, who is an American. So what are we doing here? We're mixing species, we're mixing breeds, whatever they call it. Aliens, right? Because they call my dad an alien. So if he's a violent one, why did he come to my beautiful, sweet angel of a mother? So I was sitting there in my cell going like this and trailing down angels and demons breeding together, breeding together. They have to do it like that to balance things. Oh, I see. But it can't be that fucking aggressive. There's other ways of balancing it. We can balance ourselves as a masculine and feminine, as I've proven. Bipolar what? I have both. Don't fucking tell me that I'm not a lion too. Don't tell me I'm not a lioness. You cannot tell me otherwise. I know how balanced I truly am on my own. I don't need someone's help. You see me doing yoga I know you recorded in the YMCA. Hidden cameras. Don't be retarded. I felt it. I felt that energy. That's why it gave me a burst of power. That's why I searched around. I knew they were staring at my TNA. I knew they were in trouble for looking at me like that. They had wives. I knew my story was going to get out there then. I knew that they hated me to the point they wanted to strangle me at the fucking gym. They hated me. They were following me.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down. I don't want to listen to that shit.
It's the truth, though.
Maybe it is, but I don't want to listen to that shit.
Don't be in denial, Mommy.
You don't have to be screaming. I just got home a little while ago.
I'll tone it down. I'm riling everyone up. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mom's mad. Talking about this stuff really upsets her. Even if she's calm right now. She's always had to do that. Suppress her true emotions and rage. That's when the women go crazy.
Well, sometimes I even forget that this is my fucking house. I made this happen. This is mine. All mine. The first time I've ever had mine and not filled with kids. I made it beautiful, had kids and grandkids here for the longest time, and everybody loved the vibe in here. Then it all went to shit. It's still shit, and I've been trying my best to redecorate and take down old shit. Beautiful stickers that I had about family and love and all this stuff, and I'm past it.
You've hurt my mother.
But I still believe. I still have hope. I still feel like you got to keep going because it can get better. But it's my house. It's not a flop house. I want my vibe back. This was the fucking good vibe house that everybody wanted to come and be at. Because I made it comfortable and it's all mine. I paid for everything in here.
She deserves everything and more.
Everything is mine.
She deserves the world. She should be suing everyone too.
It might not be much, but I work.
Big Pharma, all of it.
So
She's pissed. You lied. The doctors lied. They destroyed her life.
I just want my fucking peace.
So, does Angelito, though, does you get time at least to rest with me sometimes when I'm not yelling?
Yes.
And you usually can calm me down, right?
Yes.
So,
Because he loves you and understands you.
I meant you. Both of you.
Well, yeah, but he understands you.
Yes, this is true. I can get down to his level
Sometimes
as
I
good
don't
as
understand
I
either
can.
one of you, and I just want to pull my hair out. But since you two understand each other better, and you do make valid points,
Yes.
y'all, I know you're fucking intelligent as fucking hypersensitive and all that stuff, and he always had the sonic hearing, and you always had the great eyes. He does too, but, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, very observant, both of you. Very intelligent. Do more with your lives.
I'm trying.
Both of you.
I'm trying.
Because he's been in a fucking rut ever since all this shit went down. Ever since he had to go to prison. And he tried to be the best at everything when he came out. And he was for years.
Mm-hmm.
He was the best dad. He loved those kids. He loved Emmy. Even though she wasn't ours, she was ours. We never said anything about she wasn't ours. We raised her as our, and she turned from a grumpy baby into a beautiful young girl, full of spirit, full of love. She'd come home crying about some girl in her class that always treated her poorly, and because the other girl was a black girl, not that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, of
but
course.
She'd get mouthy, and Emmy would come home crying, saying, whatever her name was, I don't remember, Janelle or whatever, something weird.
Because she was jealous.
No.
The little girl, the other.
Oh, the other one was just because that's what children learn what they live.
Yeah.
And then they go on from there.
Yeah.
So this little girl was like the master manipulator of the class.
Oh, wow.
But Emmy wanted to be her friend and asked her all the time, why can't I be your friend? The little girl would retort with some bullshit. Emmy would come home crying, saying that the girl, and we always told her, baby, it's just because she's got her own problems. It's nothing about you. You're beautiful and you're a friend to everybody. You don't have to hurt because she doesn't, care for you. We'd always cheer her up. And I was the one usually picking them up from school. We were always around all the kids. We had swim parties in the creek behind the house. So everybody loved to come to Grandma's house, and of course, Angelito was there as Tio, Uncle, Tio.
Yeah.
They all called him Tio. And we had great times.
Yeah, you did.
And we fed all those kids. We had all your sister's kids, including Angel's kids, and then we just had a blast all the time. But shit went south, and it all broke apart. And
That's true.
during that time, I was still trying to take care of you.
I know.
Because you were a hot mess.
Yeah.
And, Jody didn't like you. I don't even want to mention the name, but, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, she
We're
didn't
not trying to
like
dox
you. guys
anyone.
hated each other. So it was just tug and pull and everything. And then you going through your problems and everything, and I'm over there trying to help you. And
Didn't Jody, I'm sorry, not trying to dox, didn't she kick you in the chest one day because you were...
yeah, I went to take my house phone away from her because she called my second husband, everything but a white boy. I can't even, the names that came out of her mouth.
Right. Oh my God.
I'd never heard anything like
a
that
demon.
before.
Like she's possessed.
Yeah, she said so
like she needs an
many
exorcism.
cuss words in a row.
Yeah.
That I just dropped my jaw, and so did he.
Oh my God, sounds like...
And it was because they were arguing about politics because she followed Fox News.
Oh, wow.
We followed CNN.
How ignorant. Animals.
And she got pissed over, do we believe one way, and then she just fucking blew up and lost it. So she grabs my house phone, because she didn't have a cell phone, she didn't have a car. I took care of her for a month, her and the baby. I had to go all the way to Wisconsin to get her because she fought with her parents. And
you did it. All the work to raise her kids.
No.
Go on.
No,
Go on.
she
Go
came
on.
down. She only had Tony at the time. He
Okay.
was little. But
But didn't she live with Dottie for a while and mooch off of Dottie
that
too?
was after she left here the
Yeah.
first time when Angel was still locked up.
Okay.
So.
So she's lived off of our family and.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then even when Angel got out of prison, we helped her get into phlebotomy.
You paid for it, didn't you?
Well,
you helped pay for
We
it.
didn't have to pay for it, but we had, she didn't have to pay for childcare. We were giving her gas money and stuff. She had to get over to do it, and Angelito helped her with all her homework. She would get all upset, wanting to pull her hair out and get all frustrated and everything, because she was fucking bipolar as fuck too. And so he would help her with her homework.
But she was never...
And Angel's only had a 7th grade education, but he knows, he played Scrabble like a fucking king.
Yeah, he is a king.
I was the best at Scrabble, and he fucking beat the fuck out of me, because he's so strategic. So he's got a vocab, he's intelligent, he knows how to use it, so he would help her with her homework. Here's a guy that only went to the 7th grade, started 8th grade, didn't finish though, got kicked out. And they said that he couldn't come back until he was 18.
Yeah.
Who the fuck comes back when they're 18?
Right?
When you're a fucking 8th grader. What the fuck? I got a lawyer. You know.
Yeah, you did. You fought. You fucking fought. Money to save your babies.
He honestly told me, you can't fight this system because through the school system.
Ooh.
He told me. He said,
oh, interesting.
He told me the truth. You're gonna fight a losing battle.
Thank you for disclosing that.
Yeah.
What do you remember the lawyer?
Of course I know, but I'm not doxing anybody.
Interesting. Where were they? In the Wisconsin area?
It's not the lawyer. The lawyer told the truth.
Yes, this is true.
He's always told the truth.
Okay.
He knows all the fucking dirty laundry that we have.
Okay, good. Okay, so okay, good.
Okay. So
he's a decent individual that tried to help you because you were in need and you were seeking help. That's good.
Don't dox anybody.
I'm not trying to.
But you used to help his kids as a teacher's aide when you were in Catholic school in OLA. Oops.
Wait, they know. They already know my past. They already know my history.
Well,
it's out there.
Yeah, but you don't need to. No, they don't need to know.
I love OLA. I have nothing against them. So if anybody does anything to them,
kids went there too. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So they got
family.
Right.
He's family to me.
Technically, we are because we were baptized under the blood of Christ.
Yeah. He's
family. So they stuck with us, the Catholic faith, didn't they?
And so when he told me it was a losing battle,
yep,
I knew I could believe him because he's always done so much for the family.
He's a blessing to us, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
when you got locked up,
yeah,
I was on the phone with him.
Yeah.
I talked to him a lot.
Uh-huh.
And he told me what I needed to do, wanted to do. He told me that, Gail, you really need to put her in a place called Rosecrans. He says before they put her where they want to. But that would have been before you got locked up. So then they took you and you went into the system and you went to the worst psych ward that has the worst history in Illinois.
Oh, so that's what they did to me. That's why the lady came up and physically assaulted me and everything immediately.
I don't know.
I went to the most temperamental area.
Yeah, you went to the worst one there is. The one with the worst history.
I see.
And it's the oldest one.
And they wanted to see how I would react with the most violent individuals.
But my family lawyer tried to tell me, put her in Rosecrans before anything else happens. But I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put you
Commit me.
When you were here in Arkansas, nothing worked. I couldn't get help for you.
Right.
I was right there in the courts when you were locked up here. And I'm there, and I'm talking with mental health.
Yep.
All the ones that are there at the court proceedings. They were supposed to find a bed for you and get you help for 12 months. That's what the judge ordered.
Wow.
They couldn't find it because it didn't exist there because a couple years before all this happened to you.
Yes.
Some company, I don't remember what it was, they were cheating the system and stealing money.
Wow.
Because they were supposed to be in the mental health system.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, they started changing the rules.
Wow.
So it was harder to get a bed for someone.
Mm-hmm.
You can fight all you want in court all day long. It didn't only happen to you. I
Yep.
listened to it happen to others. The judge will order it, but you can't find a bed. And I was on them, calling them every other day. Have you found a bed yet? Because I wanted you to get the help you needed.
Of course. You're my mother.
But everybody fucking thinks that I don't fucking do anything. I've been in every court proceeding. I've been there.
Yes,
I've talked
she
to
has.
lawyers. I've made the phone calls. I've talked to all the people. You can't get fucking mental health care, especially in Arkansas.
Thank you, Mommy, for preaching that. Thank you for preaching that.
And I know that
I'm
you
grateful.
got locked up in the worst one in Illinois.
Thank you. Yeah. And they did it to purposely fuck with me, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't know that. I'm not
Yep.
saying that.
But
I
it
don't know.
sounds like a conspiracy to me, doesn't
Okay.
it? Sounds like a conspiracy that's happened to
all I
quite a
know
few people,
is-
huh?
All I know is, man, I've been
Wow.
there through every struggle for you kids,
Right?
and it was one of the worst ones of trying to get help. There is no fucking help.
Right? You had dead end after dead end
Only
our
if you
entire
got
life.
fucking money. If you got fucking money to throw at them, you'll get help.
Right?
Otherwise, the system's not there for you.
That's why I specifically asked for donations when I was homeless, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't help me.
I tried.
And I ignored you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I needed space. I needed time to heal, didn't I?
Yes.
And these people kept fucking with me while I was homeless and everything. Everywhere I would go, I couldn't sleep. People would
Oh, and
Yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
Me fighting to find you a bed. I would preferred you to spend 12 months in a mental health facility that would help you, if they helped you, if they weren't fucking corrupt. And,
Yep.
And the people in it not watching the people in there. I've heard so many stories from you, from my grandson, from other people that they go through that system, and all you do is get fucking, bullied and raped and shit in there.
Yep.
Because nobody wants to watch. Nobody
Right.
wants to do their job.
Exactly.
But you, when you did 2 months, you were supposed to do 6 months here in Garland County.
Yeah.
So I thought you were in there for 6 months.
Yes.
And I was thinking to myself, it would be much better to do 12 months and get help than sitting in a fucking county jail
Right.
for 6 months.
Where I was sitting in
Yes.
pain and crying all the time.
I was still trying. I was trying all the time, and then all of a sudden I get a call from you, and you said, "Mommy, they let me out," and I'm like, "What?" I thought you lost your mind.
You thought I was making it up?
Yeah, because I told you during that 2 months, you didn't fucking know me. I went to every visit twice a week.
See?
I got on the schedule because it's only a mile away from me.
Huh.
I was always there. You didn't know me. You were so fucked up. You would salute me and tell me, I don't know what the fuck. You were talking
Thank you.
about so much crazy shit. And I come out and I told him at the desk, I told the lawyer, I told anybody, that's not my daughter.
What did you do to me, right? They forced injections on me.
I don't know what.
I told them.
You weren't telling me that because you.
But I couldn't.
You are all silly and crazy. You were happy. You weren't mad, but you were in La La Land and didn't know your own mother.
That was scary for you, wasn't it?
When you got out, you thought I didn't even go to see you, and I'm like, what the fuck? I
See?
went twice a week and seen you.
Brain
Okay.
trauma. From the jail that gave me forced injections and they have to release the footage.
And then at the 2-month mark, I get the call. Me and Angel are here. It was in like July. And me and Angel are sitting here. And
Miraculous.
I get a phone call and I answer it. And you're like, "Mommy, they let me out. Come and get me." And I'm like, what?
Mommy, I'll tell you.
I thought, she all right? Because for one thing, she called me Mommy, but said she's out. And then she's like, "I'm standing outside, where, and I knew where you said you were standing. And you said you had to borrow somebody's phone to make the phone call because they didn't give you a phone call.
Yeah, that's true.
You borrowed a girl that was waiting for somebody else.
Yep.
And you asked for her phone to make the call to me.
I've done that numerous times because they never gave me phone calls when I was released from the psych wards. I told them about an incident. Let me tell you, Mommy, the reason I was released, I told them. I waffle stomped a piece of shit in the fucking shower and I was miraculously released.
Really?
Yeah, Mommy, that is the fucking reality of it. They were watching me in the fucking shower, saw I shit in it, and released me because they knew, shit,
Yeah.
she looks crazy.
And
I couldn't control it.
And I won't.
My bowels.
I won't name names, but I got help from my lawyer,
Yes.
and he's the one that helped me, like, do the paperwork and everything.
Yeah.
And you met him.
Yep.
Went in because I told him, I said, honestly, I had to tell him, I'm like, I don't know what to do with all her dogs.
Yep.
I can't take care of them. I can't have dogs at my place.
Yep. They stole my dogs.
And it broke my heart, but he had to take the paper in for you to sign.
Yep.
And you didn't even know what you were signing.
Nope. Didn't know what I was signing.
And you know
I
what?
signed it over
And
when
you
I
know
wasn't
what?
mentally stable. They
And you
stole
know
my
what?
dogs.
On top of that, they didn't come to get the dogs. I had to load them all up.
Damn.
Even Chingona's the pit bull. She was old and, you know.
And what did they do to her?
They euthanized her. And I didn't know till I got there that they told me. They said, I said,
Damn.
are you gonna, she's the sweetest dog. And
Pleaded for her life.
And the guy just looked at me, and I knew what he was saying without saying it. And I got down on my...
Because...
I squatted down, and I hugged her, and I held her because she was my dog first.
Yep.
I trained her.
Fuck.
She
My
was
mom
my
had to...
puppy.
Damn.
And we gave her to you because
Yeah.
she would have a good home.
Right.
That's why she went...
I loved her very much, as much as I could at the time
Right.
when I was being as stable as I could on and
I
off
have
these
that
psychiatric
picture
medications.
I have the picture of when you and Chrissy came to get her.
See?
And she was looking over the seat, all happy with
Yeah.
her big blue eye and her tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
And happy as hell.
Yep.
And you gave her a good home. And you gave her a good life. You did.
Oh, don't make me cry.
I cried.
Don't make me.
Cried.
Don't I love you.
Drop
Here.
her off. I didn't know the poodles like that. You know?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know them so well.
How many dogs were there?
Like 8 poodles.
Yep.
Plus Chingona.
Yep. I can't even remember the name of a couple of the poodles anymore. They're gone. The names of some of the poodles are
I
gone.
think you told me that it was like the peanut butter one.
Oh my God.
I couldn't catch him, and then when I did finally catch him, he bit me.
Yep.
But I didn't.
Little bastard.
But I
Yep.
knew. I knew that.
He was sweet though.
Yeah, I knew that they didn't know what the fuck was going on because I had been going to your house and feeding them and trying to clean up the poop and stuff, and I didn't let them out.
Yeah.
Because I knew they would scatter and they would never come back to me.
Right.
So I was doing the same thing. I was putting pee-pee pads down and cleaning until I knew that I couldn't keep doing this because the house was going to be gone because the landlord was telling me. The landlord even, because I knew him,
Yep.
allowed me to have extra time there.
Yep.
To get your stuff out.
Because they knew me. They knew I wasn't a hindrance to society, was I?
Right.
They liked me, didn't they?
Yeah, and they knew me. That's how I got you in there, and you were there for over 10 years.
Because I was a good girl.
Yeah, everything went fine. You were buying the house.
Yeah.
Until
They stole it from me.
Until the divorce.
Yep.
Yep, and then I told you it makes more sense to hand it back to the landlord because, you know, the hot water heater went out and we couldn't afford to pay to get it fixed. If it wasn't for that, you would have still owned that house. You would have owned it by
See,
now.
exactly. I would have had my own stable place away from men.
Yeah. And so anyways, I had to, I don't leave shit behind. I told them, I said, I need a big dumpster. They brought the big trailer dumpster to me twice. I filled it once because I had to throw all your shit away. And I didn't have nobody to help me. I couldn't ask your brothers or anything like that because there's family feuding and all that.
Exactly. You did it all yourself. You have strained my mother to the point of death.
Happened? The electricity was off for like the first week to 10 days and it was hot as fuck. It was summer.
So the dogs were trapped in the house and all the officers stole me and let the dogs want to die in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew
wow.
I knew I had to get them out of there, so that's why I told I had the lawyer already, and I'm like, I gotta take these dogs to a better home.
Do you remember
not a better home, but to a home?
Do you remember why I was put in there?
For harassing communications.
Through electronic means.
Yeah.
For the gun video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they said that I threatened They said that I threatened to kill someone when I was trying to reach out to the world, sharing my story, and everyone fucking blockaded me. All the fucking people in the higher up positions, the Freemasons and whoever was tied into the government and all this shit, right? These serpentines, I call them. So they covered it up. All this story. Conspiracy, my ass. Theory, no. Factual. I'm giving you proof right now. My mother has all the memories. She's not acting. We're not acting. And they're going to have to offer us what we deserve. Our lives. An entire new life. You understand? I am sick and tired of having to preach. Why are we here at this very moment that you haven't satisfied these needs? Because I'm sick and tired of fucking being in this nightmare. And so is my mother. You're draining our fucking life force. And I will fucking...
So anyways, I got the doggies out, and I had to take them to the car.
Mommy, where did I get those guns? Well, hold on. Let me get you on video. Where did I get those guns?
They were left there in the house by Brandon.
Why did he leave loaded guns with someone that he deemed was mentally unstable?
Hell, I don't know. You found them in the closet and whatever. You found them. When I went to your closet later on, you had a lot of clothes in there.
And you went to the court. Let me say, you went to the court proceeding where they stole my daughter from me and gave it straight to Brandon. Tell me how that went. Because I couldn't go because I was on psych meds and couldn't leave my house.
Right.
Because I was on agoraphobia.
I was there
as a proxy.
Proxy for you.
Uh-huh. So what did they say to you?
People that don't know what a proxy is, that means a stand-in.
Thank you.
A legal stand-in.
Thank you, Mommy. They need to know this. Let me go to the restroom while you tell the story.
The only thing...
I'll be right back. Thank you.
The only thing you were doing wrong at that time was you were smoking marijuana, but it was not legal then. And
I admitted to it.
But
yes.
But Brandon lied in court, and when they
yes,
asked,
he lied.
Yes,
liars.
They asked him.
All liars. Liars. Serpentine.
But that was only from my input, because I told Brandon, I said, look, you're stripping her of her daughter as it is. Can you please just not do that to blame her that it's on the marijuana? And he understood, and so when he was asked on the stand, he said no. She wasn't doing anything with, I don't know what the question exactly from the judge. He said something about like if she was doing drugs or and he mentioned marijuana or anything like that. And Brandon he straight out told him no. But yeah, I was there. His mom was there. Because I'm naive about how proceedings work and everything, I didn't know that he was going to get sole custody and that Leticia would have to fight back for it. And Leticia doesn't like to fight back because she believes that, the universe leads you to whatever.
That was my spiritual belief, and they rejected it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I was seeking it peacefully, wasn't I?
Yes.
I expected him to give it back easily, didn't I?
Yeah.
I expected him to come back, didn't I? I was saying I was still married.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wasn't I?
Well, he was telling you that, he told me that this was just for the paperwork, and that he was still going to be with you, that he was going to return to the house.
Didn't he lie to us both? Then he got remarried, didn't he?
The only time he went back to the house, from what you told me later, was to have sex with you.
Yes, exactly.
He wanted sex with you.
He had sex with me
and then
two times after the marriage. I admitted that.
And then
proof is in the pudding.
And then
so he was manipulating my mind to get rid of me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And he kept telling me the same thing, not to worry, it was going to be okay.
And how many years have been?
This was just to stop the marriage, but he was still going to be there, blah, blah, blah. And so he started her Social Security disability. He's the one that did it all.
Yep.
And
through the computer, which if they have it on camera, he did all of it himself. Type. Yeah. For me, because I was sick. Because he made me sick.
He told me that, he said, I don't want to leave her with nothing. So he felt guilty.
Ha!
He felt guilty at that time, like he didn't want
He left me with shit. I didn't get alimony. I didn't get what I deserved.
Right.
Because I couldn't fight. Because I didn't believe in it.
Right.
You know my choice.
Okay,
is to not take the courts.
your ass down,
Sorry,
Angelito.
Sorry.
Knock it the fuck off.
Sorry. I'm excited because you're admitting to the world that this is actual. This is factual.
Yes,
And-
it's true.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel like talking because my neck is hurting. I've had a long day.
Yeah, let me.
But
Do you want
it is-
ibuprofen or anything? Or some?
No,
I'm going to get you some
no,
food.
that's
I'm
fine.
going to start cooking.
See that picadillo in there? If it's still good, because Angelito took it out of the freezer. And
Oh, I see it.
is it good or otherwise just toss it?
I think I can salvage it.
Okay.
It's browned, but
Yeah.
there's no mold that I see, so.
Yeah, and smell it and
So
whatever.
we have to eat shit because these motherfuckers didn't give us the alimony we deserved, right?
If it still smells okay and stuff.
After betraying not only our hearts but our minds and our bodies.
Put onions, garlic, and chili in it.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So anyways, back to that. So when the divorce went through and everything, and then Brandon tells me that he had started her disability, and they denied it. They deny everybody the first time. This is just fact. If you get denied one time, get a lawyer. Just stop trying to fight without a lawyer. Get a disability lawyer. Yes, they take like, I don't know, a third of whatever your stuff. Maybe it's 25%, but I think it's a third.
Wow. Charging disabled citizens.
Well, the lawyers.
Charging disabled citizens for things that they can't afford. They don't have money for.
Well, there might be some free lawyers out there somewhere. Who knows?
Need money for everything.
So, anyways, I'm the one that had to take her up to meet the lawyer when they denied it. We got a lawyer, one that was recommended to me, and he was very old. Damn, it was he was like a walking skeleton. He was so old. I don't think he can't be alive anymore.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was tall and thin and really, really old.
Yes.
But man, he knew his shit, and he got hers put through right away. But
And I had actually, I hope you can see me through here. I had actually talked to an attorney after my divorce. He looked at my papers for 2 seconds, flung it at my face, and said, "You'll never get your daughter back." That's what he said. "You'll never get your daughter back." There was some man in Little Rock.
yeah.
And I was like, what?
I wish
what about the words of God?
I wish I would have been with you that time.
What about the words of God? And this is a godly country. And I knew we were being recorded in that moment. I knew in that moment. Who the fuck denies someone? And in 2 seconds, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. And anyways, she's of age right now at 12.
Yeah, she's of age to emancipate.
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
And even though we don't have anything, we may not have any money, but we have love, which is much better than these other people in our story. Isn't it right, Mommy?
And about the whole fucking, she burnt the crib, and everybody says the baby was in it.
Thank you.
That's so fucking untrue. Okay? She did do it. The baby was not in there. The baby was always fine. She was always spoiled. She always had everything. Everything. And she was a beautiful girl. I got a million pictures of taking pictures of her doing everything. We had a lot of fun, okay? But that one episode that happened when Leticia was having an episode that we weren't really knowing about. This was stuff that gradually grew with her mental health.
Because they thought I was all alone.
Yeah.
They thought I was all alone in the world, that I had pushed
Nobody
everyone
to be
away
on her
so
side.
they could experiment on me and trap me in the system. They thought no one would come to find me.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So when she started going through this stuff, I inched my way back into her life by the time Tara was like 6 months old, because I have pictures of me feeding her baby food, which Leticia had made. She blended it herself, and I had a regular cup, not bought shit. It wasn't purchased from the store. Leticia made her baby food, and I got pictures of me happily feeding it to her and holding her. So that was my in. And I come back into Leticia's life.
Thank
And
you,
I got
Mommy.
to spend time with her and the baby. And Brandon was always just like, I guess he lied. I would always believe him because he was so sweet. And he would say, yeah, you know, like everything's okay, whatever. And it was always convincing me that he was doing the best thing for Leticia.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
He was
because that's what
manipulating me
he
the
would
whole
tell me.
time. Sorry, Mommy. Go on.
So, anyways,
Sorry. Go on.
we had a lot of fun with Tara. We had a lot of fun. She was a super chill little girl.
Yeah, because of me, and not because of her father.
And yeah,
Who tended to her needs?
While he was at work, you know, she always tended to his.
I changed her diaper every time, didn't
Yeah.
I? Because I didn't trust him.
And she was a little scared at first to give her a bath in the regular bathtub. She's like, Mommy, I don't know if I, you know, would be good at putting her in the bathtub. So from the base, she had the baby bath, but when it was outgrown and time to put her in the actual bathtub, she asked me, Mommy, can you help me?
I was always
and
scared
so I
that she
gave
would
Tara
drown.
her first bath.
So then, I even, for her, one of her baths, Brandon, instead of passing her to me to try to hold her in the water, he got in the tub nude with the baby.
What?
So he was nude in the tub with the baby. And so I believe that chemical exchange was not healthy for their mental state. I do believe that. I've always thought something is weird with them.
Wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just
I don't
saying.
remember
Just
that
saying.
part.
Just saying.
So anyways.
I have photos of it.
I don't know about photos about that.
I have
have
photos.
one photo of her playing with the bathtub chalk, and she had little painted face all over, and she's grinning at me in the picture. I have a million pictures on my saved on my computer. I have a lot of grandkids, and I seen my great-granddaughter today. I spent the day with my grandson, his wife, and my great-granddaughter, and just in the few hours my grandson asked me to make oatmeal. He says, Grandma, nobody can make oatmeal like you. I've tried and it's not good. So I went over this morning, whipped up some oatmeal for us for breakfast, and everybody ate every bite of it, even my great-granddaughter. And there was nothing left because we all had a good breakfast with toast. So I guess I'm the oatmeal maker. I'm also the rice maker, the bean maker. And this is self-taught. I went from American bland food and whatever my parents ate, which was back in the day when it was like all TV dinners, but my mom didn't really know how to cook. And so I didn't really learn much from her, but I observed other people and I worked at restaurants and stuff, and I just sort of figured out the whole Mexican style all by myself, you know. And I get in trouble for it. Your dad was like, so I'm not eating that shit. It's just not made right. So he'd try to like help me to explain a little bit to me, but what actually helped was, I'm not going to name names, but when your dad's sister came and stayed with us, it was at the Pink House.
Yeah.
When she came, we were there, and she showed me how to make some sauces and mole and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was already making this black chile from the I don't even remember what they're called, chile negro, but there's a name for it.
Okay.
I'm not thinking of it right now, but anyways, I was so into that I would just roast those black peppers on the griddle, and I would get them soft, and I'd put them in a tortilla, add a little salt to it, and I'd eat them like that. I'd eat pepper tacos with nothing else. So anyways, I really learned a lot, and I might not cook, you know, specifically whatever called dinners. I put together whatever I have. I improvise. I do improvise a lot, but it comes out good every time. If I don't have vegetables to put in my rice, I improvise. You okay?
Yeah, it was just the chile.
Oh, the chile?
That's fine.
Put that in that bag over there so it's out for trash tomorrow.
What?
This? Oh, yeah.
I was going to put it in a bag, before putting it in there, right?
I don't think it'd be okay.
I'll put it in a bag first.
Whatever.
I don't want it to
It's
smell.
fine. So let's see. Back to Tara.
Go on. How old was she when we lost her?
3,
How long have I been missing her?
9, 10 years now, something like that.
Yep. So in your opinion, what did I do wrong?
I told you I seen her one time though when she was about 5.
Yeah.
I seen her in the Ross store.
With the new mommy, right?
No.
Wasn't it the time?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was
That
just
that
her,
woman
it was
that
just
he was
her and
married to.
No, it was just her and Brandon.
Oh,
And
I
he
see.
let me see her. You know, because I walked up. I didn't notice her. It was, I think Angelito told me. Me and Angelito were in the Ross store. And he says, that's Brandon over there. Didn't you see him? And I'm like, oh, no. And so I went over and got down on my knees and got to give my granddaughter a hug. And she didn't know really what was going on, but she's sweet, and she let Grandma hug her, and I told her how much me and Mommy missed her. Of course, she didn't really know because she wasn't that old yet. It was like 4 or 5 years old.
So she didn't even remember me?
Well, she was a quiet child anyway. She didn't say anything.
Right.
But she smiled at me like she knew what I was talking about. And I didn't want
Almost
I didn't
telepathically.
I didn't want
Almost telepathically.
I didn't
because
want to
I
cry
didn't
in front
speak
of her.
much in front of my daughter. I just carried out her needs because she told me what she wanted. People didn't believe me. I was very doting, what is it, dawdling?
Doting.
No, not dawdling, doting. Yeah. I spent a lot of time on her. I wanted to spend time with her in this lifetime. You know what I mean? My leg hurts. Here, can you make that stop? That'd be lovely.
What?
Sorry, it's just a little
your
thing.
leg, huh?
Sorry, Mom.
Okay. It must be why my shoulder's kinking up and hurting me so bad.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I got to see Tara, and I did want to tell Leticia. I didn't want to break Leticia's heart by saying I seen her daughter, but later, it was a while later that I finally confessed to her that, yeah, I seen her. It was the same day I bought the heart blanket that's on my bed. Hey,
Yeah.
the blanket with hearts on it.
Yeah.
That was the day I bought that, and I bought that from my granddaughter Emmy. I shouldn't say names, but I specifically bought it for her for when she would stay with me at my new house, and that was her blanket, and she knew it. So I still have that, and I've been a part of all my grandkids' lives, here and there, you know, when there weren't fucking problems going on. And like today when I was with my great-granddaughter, first she didn't know me because she had only seen me once on her birthday, and it's just hard because everybody has a hectic life and there's no time. And my grandson made sure he keeps telling me to come over anytime. And which I know they work and stuff. It's not like any time. But then his wife told me that today too. She said, you know, come anytime. We'll work it out. And she has 2 little girls too, but they were with their dad today. So only have my biological great-granddaughter. She's precious. She's beautiful. She's starting to talk. She has teeth. She's smart. And me and her were in the back seat because we went to another town and back, which was like a 45-minute drive each way. And her mommy was getting her hair cut. So she was in the salon. She was absolutely wonderful, so easygoing, and she listens. You tell her, and she understands, and she doesn't go wandering off or getting into things. And she was watching Bluey on her dad's phone, and so it was a lot of fun. We stopped at Sonic and got a snack, and I got one of the bacon ranch snack wraps, the $1.99. I wasn't really hungry. We'd had the oatmeal. Well, the baby decided she wanted a bite of I told her, "You want a bite?" And she took a bite of my chicken. Well, after that, she kept wanting more. So my whole chicken of the tortilla went to her.
So I was upset about my mom feeding chocolate to my baby, but my mom and my
Did
baby.
it anyway.
Yeah, my mom got telepathy from the baby. She wanted the chocolate. So I can't blame my mom. She knows how to read children. She's a wonderful mother.
So she's
the best mother. I would always come back to her in any lifetime.
So anyways, I had to bite off the crispy, crusty little edge because I didn't want her to choke on it, and was giving her little bites at a time. She had a corn dog in her hand. She didn't want the corn dog. She tried to bite some of it off it, but the outer battered layer was too crispy.
Uh-huh.
So when we finished my tortilla, I ate the tortilla, but when she finished off my chicken, God, the chiles are.
I know. I'm sorry. Do you want some water? Here's some water.
You should put the vent on.
Well,
low.
I didn't want to be loud.
It's not loud. On low.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not loud.
Okay.
So, Um, so anyways, then we started on our corn dog. So I was pulling all the pieces of corn dog, the hot dog out, and feeding her that. And I was eating the batter. Not that I like it, but it was too crunchy, and I didn't want her to choke while she's in a car seat. That was my biggest fear. Trying to get her unbuckled, and I've had to toss my kids and grandkids over my arm and beat their backs when they've choked. That's happened numerous times, and I dislodge whatever stuck. Oh God. And so yeah, she finished it like that, and she's so cute. I ordered an ice water.
Yeah.
So it was in the foam cup, you know, from Sonic.
Yeah.
And so my grandson was telling his wife, he says, you know, my grandma never batted an eye about drinking after us, sharing her pop or her water or whatever, with all the backwash we put in her drink.
Right.
And he said, but it never bothered my grandma. Well, today it happened with but you know, the baby was really good at it. She was not giving backwash. She was doing it really well.
Yeah.
So she was drinking the ice water, and it fit perfectly in her cup holder on her car seat. So that was good. So she didn't say what she wanted. I could tell from her face when she wanted another piece of chicken, and she was ready for it. She, you know, if not, she would look at me like, no. And then when she wanted water, and so she was drinking the water all the whole time. When we went into the salon, I took it, she was drinking from it. We get back in the car, and we're like partway back to town, and all of a sudden I see water spurt. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're allergic to cooking.
Right. That's a lot of chile.
How much chile did you use?
2 chiles?
2? Those are serranos, man.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I forgot about that. I was used to their jalapenos, so I was
These
like,
are
fuck.
serranos.
Oops.
So we're gonna have to probably do some potato in it or something to calm that down.
Potato?
Yeah,
Do you have
like
a
dice
potato?
it. Yeah,
Is it
there's
something?
russets down there.
Oh, in the right here or?
Yeah, russets. They're down below in the pantry.
That's what I thought.
I mean, you can do it separately, and we'll just put them in. You know, like if you
Okay,
just
yeah.
dice them up and boil them, and then we'll
Yeah.
drain them and put them in with the meat.
Yes, Mom.
My kitty's right behind me. He's on video.
Yes,
He's
Mommy.
right there. I didn't
What?
notice till just now that
Aw.
Lucky's right there.
Do you want me to peel them?
No, you don't have to peel them. Just wash them.
Yeah. Usually that's how we eat them anyway.
Yeah. They weren't as nice as before. They were.
People
stale.
are
They
so
were.
spoiled. They're like, let me throw away everything, including the skins. That's
Oh.
how Robert was.
And Angel-
So fucking
Angel
spoiled.
told me the other day something about we were talking about whatever, and he said, "Can you make some potatoes with the skins on?" And I said, "Of course, because that's how I fry them. That's how I cook them. That's where all the nutrients are." So, anyways,
Do you want fresh cebolla?
yeah, of course. The onion's what makes it taste good.
No, I meant like on top.
So
like,
anyways,
yeah, go on.
what do you mean on top?
On top of it.
Whatever you want to do, honey. It's good. I know it's
Right,
gonna
go
be
on.
good.
So
Oh.
then what?
And I got there's tomate bouillon up on top of the fridge.
Oh, for the
Yes, that
potatoes
I've
and-
always used, that I've always seasoned with, and everybody loves. And they don't make it like that anymore. They changed the recipe.
Why did they?
Yeah, why? But I still have the large one up there, and it's still good. So I see, like, I feel like the water spurted all over, and I look over. That baby had pushed her fingers through the side of the cup,
Aww.
and some of it came out. So I picked it up and I held it sideways for the rest of the trip until I could get out and, you know, throw the water out. But I held it sideways, and she was still drinking from it when she wanted water, and I'm holding it sideways because it was leaking. So I dried up her cup holder and stuff. But anyways, had a wonderful day, and they told me to come back anytime. And my grandson also went through the system. He had, you know, hard childhood. He was the oldest son. Went through things I don't want to talk about because that's not fair to him. But he also had to go to a boys' home in turn, he was acting up there, and they put him in a mental health place for under 21, I think, something like that. Younger than, wasn't adults. He had a hard time there, and he went through all this crap. But then all of a sudden, everything started making sense to him. And he's the oldest. Now he's married. Has 2 stepdaughters, his own daughter. He's got his head on his shoulders so right, and he struggles too.
Why did he end up in the boys' home, from your perception? What happened?
I don't want to talk about that. It's not fair.
Okay, well, what?
I'm just saying.
And from my perception, I'm the one that sent him there, correct?
Yeah.
True.
It's something that's hard for a mother to do, and yes, you did send him there, but it took years. I mean, it fucked him up, but then when he...
So instead of helping the boy, they hurt him. They scarred him. So he should be owed money.
Well, yeah, he was in the wraparound program all those years to where they supposedly help with anything if they need shoes or clothing or whatever extra and stuff. The struggles to get through school, and always being put in remedial classes. Under the, what is it called? The special classes? I call it remedial, but
well, yeah, that's true. That is what it is. And I would have just said, like, they call it special education.
Special education type. They always kept doing that to my grandkids just because they're Mexican. They're 3/4 Mexican. My daughter's the quarter. But otherwise 3/4 Mexican. And here in Arkansas, instead of boosting them, they should have grown up in Wisconsin like you kids did. Instead of boosting them up and teaching them, I had older grandkids that didn't know how to do their math or do their writing, and they don't teach them cursive anymore, so they couldn't even sign their name because they didn't know how to put it together as cursive.
So you're saying that the teachers in this local area are fucking idiots, but
no,
they're going around teaching
I would
people?
say all of them are. No.
Some of them are.
It's not,
and I know one personally.
Yeah, it's not about all the teachers. I'm not knocking any specific teachers, but it's hard when they're so underpaid and they have such a big workload with all these kids, and there's like 5 or 6 classes of every grade.
Yeah.
Last I know anyways, our school district, it was years ago in my grandkids class, I don't remember which one, and I went to the school because my daughter was busy, my other daughter was busy with kids and whatever, and she asked me to take one of them to school. I don't know if they were late or I took them to the doctor and then took them to school to drop them off. So you have to go in and sign in and say who you are. So I'm Grandma. I got to know, I would go have lunch with my granddaughter, and I got to meet her friends. And then I had instead of Mommy-Daughter Day, I was Grandma, and I went. Had a lot of fun with different things. I went to field day with my oldest grandson. And I was a lot younger then, so was he. He was like, 7th grade. And went to field day, had a blast. But one of his friends walked up and asked if I was his sister. It cracked us up. I'm his grandmother, but I was so young back then.
Right.
And I had a tank top on, man. It was summer, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun. But I was so much smaller than him too, because he was a big boy. And they asked if I was his sister. And then they said, "Aunt?" And I'm like, Grandma. Grandma.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I went to the school, and they asked me which one of the classes. I said, well, how many classes are there? They're like, oh, there's 5 of 2nd grade or something like that. I'm like, what? And we've got bigger classes. Some of the grades have 6 or 7 classes. How do the kids even? That is just insane. That they've combined everybody in one place because they don't want all these little schools
like animals.
So they're and the school has grown immensely. They keep adding on, putting more buildings and separating the kids and doing this. So every year it's something different for these kids. But 5 or 6 fucking classes for 1 grade. Anyways, what was I talking about?
And they don't do life skills.
No.
You said you were doing a field day.
Yeah, none of them know life skills, but you know what? I don't know why they don't teach that. You should be, you know, like in Mexico, the girls get certain classes, and it's to teach them how to homemake and do skills like cleaning the house and stuff. I was surprised when I heard that my youngest sister-in-law, who was in school at the time, she was really young. My other daughter's
I have a
age.
question though. I have to interrupt for just a second. Do you think that we received extra privileges because of our Catholic faith? That your belief in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth?
Well, yeah, because
Yes.
you were in parochial school.
Exactly. They accepted us better than anyone, right?
Yes. Yes.
But now you've been afraid to go back, haven't you? Because the eye's on you.
Yeah.
People judging you at the top, or so they thought they were at the top. Judging my poor mother. How dare you?
Okay,
Go on, Mommy.
calm down.
Go on, Mommy. I'm cleaning the floor. I'm sorry. I dropped something. I'm mad.
Okay. All right. Where do I start now? Is that story over with?
No. Well, you were telling me about the field day, and then you were saying about, went on about, I'll be honest, I don't remember. I spilled shit on the floor. And then I had to interrupt so that you could share that.
Just over a year ago, we lost one of my grandsons. He was 18.
Yep.
An accidental death in the family.
Yep.
He was the sweetest kid.
And what happened in that situation?
He had, when he was a baby, we took him to the doctor. We took him to his, to his checkups and everything. And I knew that he was he cried a lot. And my ex-husband and I would walk the floor with him all night because my daughter worked the night shift. This was up north. And he would cry all night. He wouldn't go to bed in his crib. And so me and my ex would take turns walking the floors with him to calm him down. And we had other kids that were asleep. My kids and my older grandson. About 2 older grandsons. And so we would try to, keep him calm. Come to find out, months later, to a different doctor, found out he had ear infections. And his first pediatrician didn't catch it. So he ended up not hearing right. And so we did a lot of baby sign language with him.
Didn't I teach them to tear up?
Yes, you did. Yeah. And Angel is actually the one that taught this grandson how to communicate with us when he needed to eat, drink, when he wanted more to eat or to drink, or he was hungry, because he didn't speak. And then when he did start to speak later on, he didn't talk normal. And it never went away. No matter how much speech therapy he had, and how many doctors he went to, he still talked funny. But he was the sweetest kid. Ever since he was little, he'd come home from school, and the first thing he would say, "Grandma, how was your day? Grandma, how was your day?" And always, no matter what. And so he, like my youngest son, I feel was meant to be here. When I heard my subconscious or God or the universe tell me, I was going to have another baby, and it was going to be a boy.
Because she's very in tune with the universe and God, creation itself.
And it only happened with my youngest. And so he's been like the glue to the family. Nobody can be mad at it. Well, my grandson was like that for his family. And, his brothers would horse around and, not do what they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to clean up their room. He was always doing it all because he had a brother close in age, and he was always, he'd go, if his brother didn't do his part of the work of cleaning the room so that they could have their privileges and stuff, because they were messy kids. They shouldn't have thrown their clothes on the floor like they did. It was pretty bad, and we didn't teach them that. I taught them, you hang your clothes. They get hung. You fold them, put them in the dresser drawer. They had that available, but just weren't good at it. They were just kids. But anyways, he was always so sweet, and he lost his life accidentally. I don't want to talk about it. But that's affected the whole family. And I decorated a walking stick for him because he liked to go hiking with my son, my oldest son. A lot of trails around here where we live, and so I decorated this walking stick, and maybe Leticia will show you it sometime. I don't want you to show them the dream catcher though. The dream
that's
catcher.
personal. That's
the
for
dream
us.
catcher is personal.
We built that together.
Yes, Leticia helped me with the dream catcher.
It's beautiful.
And
it's not for your eyes.
Yeah, we completely
priceless.
overhauled an old one, and yeah, it's priceless. I don't want that shown. That's mine, and nobody needs to see that but family.
Love you. I love you. It's gonna be ready to eat in a minute, and I'm gonna turn it off so we can eat. Okay? It's almost done. Thank you so much for sharing, because fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them for hurting you constantly. And you just sustained so much fucking pain, and you held it down, and functioned still.
And even as
through all the trauma,
even
PTSD.
As of late, that I can tell you all to go fuck yourselves. I was never like that. That's not me.
Nope, she's an angel.
But I've gotten to the point now that I've just had enough.
Thank you. Thank you for preaching, Mommy. Thank you for fucking preaching. We've had enough. We're ready for our money.
Had enough.
We're ready for our success. We're ready for our riches, like everyone else stole from us, to be greedy and have all their kids and have all the kids in private schools. We got privileged because God saved us. God helped us. The universe, creation, sent those messages to my mother to conceive and birth me.
And I always chose parochial school, but I didn't want them in public school.
Thank you.
I knew it was shitty.
Yep.
And so
why did you know it was shitty?
I would do, special tasks at whatever they needed at school. And
she always chipped in, always baked pies. She was always doing extra stuff because she was the best mom I've ever fucking.
So that's how I got discounted. It wasn't free, but it was discounted, and I paid the difference to all of them. But it was a big discount that they helped me with. But they knew how badly that I wanted my children to be educated in their school system. And so even when we moved down here, I was looking into the one and only Catholic school we have here. But about the time that it was right at like the same time when I was trying to get them in school down here, that there was a teacher there that had gotten in trouble and fired for sexual something or other with the children. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like within a 6-month period of that I didn't get them into school and we didn't move down here right then, and then heard that. So that school was, no thank you.
Yeah, also the schools I wanted. I wrote letters to individuals all over the country, the United States, right, all over the country, preaching to all these advocacy centers. I wrote letters.
Yeah, advocacy centers, what the hell did I do? I tried. I research everything. I'm a fucking research dog. I get on the computer, I tell these kids, you got the internet at your disposal.
Right.
I grew up with the library.
Or so we thought.
And calling and asking questions. That's how I learned. Calling, asking questions, having somebody explain it to me so I could turn around and explain it to their dad in Spanglish to figure out how to fix a car, how to fix plumbing, how to fix anything, whatever. And I did it at the library, and there was a lot of reference books you couldn't check out, so I would, and there wasn't a printer back then, where you could just print off what you want.
Right.
So I'm there with a notebook writing all the specifics out of books I needed to turn around and help their dad fix a car.
Look at this woman go. She can accomplish everything, but she needs the money so that she can help people. Look, she's like, I'm over the money. We're both over the fucking, fuck you people. You've destroyed her. 60, how many?
It's not worth my peace.
How many, how old are you, Mommy?
61.
Yep. You've wasted her life. She is drained. We're done. Check, please. Not only that. Yep, exactly.
And I'm sorry for any profanity that that I spit out. I listened to this, which
And then it comes out of people
Yeah.
because it's the truth.
Oh,
Yeah.
we never cussed in our household.
Exactly.
Their dad cussed in Spanish, and I knew
Exactly.
I knew how to cuss a blue streak in Spanish. I learned that right away because when we were in Mexico, let's see, it would have been not the first time, I don't think. Yeah, it was the first time. It was before your sister was born. The first time we went to Mexico, and it was like a celebration in November that they
About
had.
what year? Then 1979?
No, about 1980.
Okay.
And my first time down there. And no, the first time down there, your sister was 6 months old, and we went down there.
1980 then.
Yes, and your abuelita, your grandma,
Yes.
took care of your sister, so that your dad and I could take his sister, and I think one of his brothers, to town, which we had to walk. We walked to town, so that we could go to all the festivities. And I always had this jealousy over my sister-in-law because when I was first married, he had a picture of his sister. And the two little sisters looked Mexican and looked like him, but his oldest sister was very fair and light skin, light hair. Well, she was tan from being in Mexico, but he used to fuck with my mind, and he told me that was his girlfriend. And he told me if I ever destroyed that picture, that he was gonna fucking kill me. Of course,
Wow.
I never destroyed the picture, but I looked at it a lot. And this was when I was first pregnant, going through hormones. Probably I didn't know what all that shit was back then. And then in the day.
And where did you have care? Didn't you were on a folding table?
No, I didn't have. Back then, I went to the churches. The churches had free clinics.
See?
And
Belief in God.
And I had to. They only had like the long folding tables. What is it, like banquet tables or whatever? They just had a sheet over it, no padding, just a sheet and a pillow. And that's where I got my exams at when I was first pregnant. And it was still a sliding scale. It said free church, but if you had any income, it was a sliding scale. So I had to pay a little bit. But then I had the baby, and the bill came, and it was over $3,000 for the birth, which back in 1981, was a lot of money. And I'm like, oh my God, how long is it going to take us to pay this off?
Yeah, you were charging biracial couples. That sounds pretty illegal to me.
Well, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Just don't listen to her. But it did make me, I thought, well, you know what? I remember my mom getting some state help or something like that when we were younger, I didn't really know what the food stamps was or whatever. My mom never explained things like that to me, and then I got married young, so I didn't.
16, right? And you were the best 16, teenage mom that could have ever fucking existed.
Oh,
ever.
And the reason why I got married at 16 was because in high school, I didn't want to finish my junior year and then go my senior year. I wasn't tight with school like that. I had friends, but I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting my time here because I can do all this stuff, but I don't want it to take another year and a half. So I kept bugging my guidance counselor and telling him, look, I want to get married, I want to have a family, but I want my diploma.
Yep.
I want my diploma. I didn't come this far not to get my diploma.
Look at this bitch go. Look at this.
And
How
so
tough this
instead of
powerful woman
dropping
is.
out, I kept bugging him. He finally told me, well, yeah, there is a program. You'll have to go all the way to the city, which was like a 40-minute drive to get there from where I lived.
Ooh.
But I was already driving. My dad gave me an old beater car. It was a 1970 Chevy Impala 2-door coupe hardtop. I wish I had that fucking car now.
Yep.
I cleaned it.
Oh,
took
yeah.
such good care of it. I polished it myself by hand.
Stolen to me in my eyes.
But yeah, I drove every day got up earlier than everybody else and drove to this school, because even though it was like a night school, it was day school. So you could work at your own pace. Oh my God, work at your own pace. I finished the rest of my semester, the second semester of junior year, and my full senior year. I flashed through that shit. 6 weeks. 6 weeks I had my diploma. So I actually graduated in April of the junior class. And so I was way in front of people that I went to school with, my friends. So I at 16 I got my diploma. And I actually got that in April. And I did not get married until September. And I got pregnant in October. And I had my baby in June.
See? Not a whore.
No.
A saint.
So, I never talked about this, you know. I'm not patting myself on the back or anything. To me, it was just normal. It was just normal, what I was supposed to do. Anyways, back to when I got the first hospital bill. Yeah, that's when I went and asked for government assistance. Well, they called it welfare at the time. I didn't really like the name, you know. But I had over $3,000 bill that I'm like, the pay at that time, it had been $1.65 an hour. But my ex-husband worked on the greens at the golf course during the summer, and during the winter he worked in the kitchen. That's how I met him, was in the kitchen. So he got paid a little bit more when he worked the greens. So he finally got up to just a little over $2 an hour. Do you know how long that would take to pay over $3,000 when you're paying rent?
Exactly, back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
The 80s?
$1 million for a baby.
The 80s was, I didn't realize it at the time because I just did the struggle. I was used to the struggle. Everybody struggles, so we did the struggle. It was daily life to not have anything.
Because she came from a very simple time, a very ignorant time, where they didn't realize that we were always being watched by aliens. So I know she doesn't believe it still, but didn't they come out in the news about it?
Well, they started, we watched the what's that called, about the Planet of the Apes?
And
then there was Star Wars came out.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if we're monetized or not, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's get real here. Let's get real. But yeah, they want credit for everything. They want copyrights for everything.
Oh, you
but
mean
God gets credit. Mom knows. God gets credit.
Oh, I can say people's names and get doxxed, but I can't mention shows.
See?
Is that the thing?
No. They take credit. These assholes. They think that they're so special. They have copyright laws.
Okay.
They pay everyone.
Why can't you even mention it? Jesus Christ. I'm just saying what, you know,
I know.
I'm not advertising
I
for
know.
them.
That's what I've pretended to do, because every time I fucking had someone in there, they were like, oh, I want a copyright. Oh, I want a copyright.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
I know. Where's our money for our copyrights? You're stealing our content.
Yeah.
You're slathering my mother's image everywhere, distorting it.
Time.
Inaccuracies everywhere.
Oh my gosh, there's an Amber Alert here, so I'll let everybody know, so maybe you guys help out.
Thank you.
Says, Braden Riley, black male, born August 9th, 2014, so that'd make him 11 years old. Brendan. Oh no, okay, it says Braden Riley, Braeden Riley, but it also says Brendan, Brenden Riley, but the birthday's the same. And then there's a Blaze, Blaise, that sounds like maybe a girl. Blaze Riley, no, it's a black male, born November 30th of 2017. Let me see if I can find out more on that. Maybe not.
Thanks for being so helpful, Mommy. She's always this way. Don't fucking lie about her. I will fucking send the angels and demons after you.
I'm sorry, I'm answering my oldest son because he said he just got off at work at 8:30,
Don't mention anything.
He starts at 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. And it's now 8:30, and he said he just got out of work. So that means he's dead. We were gonna go hiking tomorrow to take a spirit walk with the walking stick I made for my grandson who died. And we were gonna go on the same trail that he last walked, because the walking stick hasn't been used or been out of the house like that yet, and I want to display it in my bedroom, which is my prerogative. I don't even feel like I want it in the living room. I want to be able to see it. So I've rearranged my whole bedroom for how it used to be. It was a long time coming. And my son's girlfriend actually helped. She helped me do it all. So thanks to her, I give her kudos. She was making sure that I wasn't doing it by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, my son just pulled a 5 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. job, because they work until they're finished. He only gets paid $16 an hour by a famous place here. Won't mention it. But you know, they pay shit down here. Nobody makes much money. And that's
interesting. I talked about that corporation.
That's what basically brought the family down too, because we did well in Wisconsin.
Thank you.
And it was culture shock, finance shock, the whole bit. And I brought my 3 sons down here because my older daughter was already here, and I just gave up with the ex-husband, and I told the boys, 3 days, I'm out of here. Whoever wants to go with me, but I'm gone. Because he berated me on my birthday. I had been gone a month to come down and visit my daughter down here, my grandsons, and give them a little bit of a Christmas. It was, hard. We had to get cheap stuff, a little tree and stuff. But she had 3 boys, and so I gave them Christmas they wouldn't have had otherwise. She didn't have the funds either, and she was a single mom trying to make it down here. And it was only because I had bought property down here a long time ago and wasn't able to move down here because my ex-father-in-law got really sick and he ended up on kidney dialysis, and I had to translate a lot. So we didn't get to move down here when we planned. So, and it's probably a better thing because I would have put the kids in school back then, and I don't like the schools here, so they didn't get fully educated up north before coming here.
Yeah, and so it was really, 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 like I've discussed before, a culture shock when everyone was so ignorant about us, judged us prematurely based upon our looks, our racial profiling, all of that. Didn't they, Mommy?
Yeah.
They judged us because we spoke more proper than them,
Yeah.
right? Articulately.
Yeah,
They did judge us. They hated us. They were jealous.
it was.
A lot of these people in the South are jealous
it's-
that we can
yeah,
speak appropriately, and they cannot.
I mean, I'm not knocking. There's some sweet people out there and stuff, but
naive and ignorant to the
come
facts.
on now, don't group everyone in. Stop it.
I know I generalize, but at
You
times,
don't,
for
because
everywhere,
there are good people out there that have had helpful people. I've had people that have had less than me. I've had people that have more than me.
okay,
Be my
Mom.
friends.
I'll be less judgmental.
Okay, so no, I'm not going there. Don't do that.
I know.
Let me answer my son real quick, because since he had to work, we were gonna hike tomorrow, and I'm telling him to rest up. We're not gonna hike tomorrow.
Do you want more than 2? Or how many would you like?
What?
Tacos.
Ooh, tacos.
Tacos.
Mom can fill up when it's good food. I don't eat hardly ever, and I got the, I can't get rid of this bulge that I have since health problems. It seems like I don't eat nothing, and I still weigh this. It doesn't go down. Yeah, maybe I gotta be more active. I like being active by getting out and doing shit and cleaning and doing stuff. But I'm not so big. And remember back when you would get me up at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
We would do a 45-minute routine. This was back when she was, after she graduated, and she was working at Menards, which is like a Home Depot or Lowe's. And she would
loved Menards.
Menards is an awesome store.
They were great to me. They gave me keys to the safe. I was the 5 a.m. cashier. They trusted me.
So we would get up at, and this is, mind you, after I had my car accident
didn't know my back was broke. It was fractured. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. It was fractured from the car accident. Didn't know it. The lawyer, because it was somebody else's fault, the lawyer told me to go to the chiropractor, and he suggested the one to go to, and I was going to one. Anyways, I'll get back to that story in a minute. Let me finish answering my son.
We're gonna eat anyway, and I'm gonna show the tacos, and then I'm just gonna shut off the camera. Cause fuck them.
Okay. So, yep, gotta answer back with lots of love. Oops, probably not that one. No, what's the emoji that has the little drip under it? I never know what that meant.
Oh,
Is that bad?
which one? Let me see.
No, it's the heart, and then it's got a little.
Let me see.
That one.
That thing?
What does that mean? Like a
I think it's supposed to be
heart?
like a exclamation point heart.
Oh, I
'Cause it's kinda like-
I sort of thought it was
That,
like
to me, that's what it looks like.
a drop of blood or something, a bleeding heart.
Wow.
You know what bleeding hearts are?
I love them. Remember, we used to have
up
some.
north. Yep, up north with bleeding hearts. They're awesome.
Oh my god, I wish I had some.
Yeah. I love lilacs though. And
If only
lilacs,
they could grow
lilacs
everywhere.
Don't grow around here
Lilacs,
either, and I love
and
them.
we love roses. We love lilacs. We love pansies, don't you, Mommy? That was one of your favorites.
Okay, and they do plant pansies here in the winter, and they still grow, and I love it when I see pansies.
We love the flowers.
Yeah.
We talk to the flowers. I talk to trees. My mom talks to trees. I told you guys. Isn't she a saint, but also kind of like a witchcraft, if you think of it that way? Getting things done. Magically. Delicious.
I type very slowly when I can't do this whole swiping thing the kids do and whatever, and I hardly ever abbreviate things. I'll put LMK for let me know, and I'll put OMW for on my way, because a lot of times I'm doing odds and ends for the kids, you know, pick up burgers in town as I'm at the store and stuff, and I'll say, I always ask my kids, do you need anything? And then I do it. It doesn't matter if it's groceries or pharmacy or food or whatever it is. So I actually was answering Angel quite a while ago, and it went to draft instead of send. Damn it.
So here are some tacos. Let me turn the light on so you can see properly.
Oh my God, they're gonna see me properly.
Oh, calm down. You're beautiful.
I am not photographic. I hate being on camera.
There are people that understand your soul, Mother. So anyway, here's my tacos. Tacos.
Okay.
I
What are
wish-
tacos? Do they taste different?
I wish Robert wouldn't have been such a dumbass, or Brandon a dumbass, or any of these men a dumbass. I took very good care of people, don't I, Mommy?
Yes, you make excellent food.
Not just food, everything.
Everything.
I'm kind of extra.
God, I can all
So,
shit popping up.
Anyway, I'm just very loving and compassionate. And what I was going to say about that was actually that
That's weird. I had a restricted call at 5:14. 5:14. That's when everybody's supposed to. And it's what, Saturday? Weird.
weird.
The clinics.
Stop calling my
The
mother.
clinics do that, but restricted. What the? Yeah. What the hell? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Stop that. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Shame on you. The next thought I had, though, was poor Robert. He's probably eating my food. That's a curse. Do you understand? I paid for that with my money. I'm leaving back all those things he bought for me. I'm not taking those with me. I don't need that shit. I don't have room for that shit. So he's eating my hard-earned money.
We could get a storage unit, but we can't afford it.
Exactly. Here, Mommy.
Look at which one?
Sorry.
What?
We both got 3.
Oh my God!
You said-
Is it
you
spicy?
said you could-
Is it
I
spicy
hope
as fuck?
not. Try it. Let's try it in front of the camera. See if it's any good. Poor guys ruin their lives by fucking with me. Spicy.
But it's good.
Aww.
We can handle that heat.
Made with love.
It's a good thing I told you to put the potatoes in it.
I know, it tastes great.
Yeah.
It's a little spicy, but fuck, yeah.
My lips are sort of chapped
Me too.
because I get dehydrated.
I have something going on with the side of my mouth from screaming the other day.
Well, I got new chapsticks in there. I even have
Ew.
a apple flavored one.
I hate that shit. I hate chapstick. Ew. Robert kept kissing me on the mouth after he shared all his germs with his fucking girlfriends at work. Shared in whatever, his little fucking baby friends too. Whatever girls out
Loki,
there.
what are you doing?
I don't share. Well, I don't. Never have. Never will.
Loki.
And so, yeah. This guy. What was I saying?
I feel like Loki went to Angel's room. I don't know.
Maybe he's seeing things again.
Well, he was here at the window.
And
Is
he's always
Gracie
guarding
still there?
you.
Nope. Gracie left.
You're a little familiar.
I wish I could catch all these strays and find them good homes, but they're pretty feral.
Yeah.
And one little one, her mama started bringing her and her brother and sister up the stairs when they were too little to eat. They could barely get up over my steps to get up on the porch. And bless her heart, she knew that I put out food out for them and raised her. And one day she brought her babies. And those 3 babies have been
protect
here
her.
ever since, and now they're grown.
They're
They're
protecting
adults.
her. And this house.
They're adults.
And someone in this area.
The landlord put out an email to all of us. Excuse me. Somebody had been poisoning the cats around here, and they said they were going to catch them. That's absolutely not cool.
Tell them, Mommy, how much they're loved.
Yeah, I've taken care of them ever since I've lived here. The cats didn't start coming until a few years ago. I think it was after I got Loki, really. And they started realizing one that I'd first originally called it Ebony. I thought it was a girl because it was chubby. And I thought, because we're on here like a year. And they'd get like skinny during the summer and chubby during the winter, like it's fur or whatever. I finally realized it was a boy. So I named him Ebenezer instead of Ebony. And so Angel calls him Scrooge, and I call him Beezer. And he's here all the time. But he won't come in. I've tried to get him to come in because I thought, oh, I'll clean him up.
I swear my
him
mother's
and
a
Loki
witch.
get along.
I swear my mother's a witch. She found this pieces together. She is so, like, she finds the niftiest things. Then you can pull it apart. And it's a little stand. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, it's had its use since
Yeah.
Angel's been here, but
She repurposes,
I
she
wanna
reuses.
refinish
She
it
just
someday.
came from, where did you come? Don't say the name of it, but say what, a thrift store.
a thrift store.
Yep.
And got a nice, comfy, easy chair.
Hmm.
It had lime green in it. I couldn't resist. It had lime green.
Oh, Mommy, we've got 1,674 in the channel because of you.
Oh.
That's the highest amount of I've ever had. 1,674 so far. That's neat.
Y'all should be eating these tacos. If you like Mexican food anyways.
Yeah.
This shit's fire.
Yep.
I'm gonna need
And
a,
that stuff
I'm
was
gonna need
turning.
a fork though.
We have to eat shit down at the bottom feeding level.
I'm gonna need a fork though.
And we've done it for 30, how many years, Mommy, have you been eating shit? 61 years, huh?
Come on now.
Come on now.
I need a baby fork.
Okay.
I don't like the big long fork. Never have.
Oh, let me get one out of the washer. They're all
Yeah.
in here.
Is
Apparently, everybody's just selfish around here and not taking care of my mother.
Where was I at? I always forget what I was talking about when you interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
And I had to
It's
text.
me. I know.
I sent a message to Angel, but forgot to hit send. So it went to draft.
Let's
And then-
give you another Kleenex just in case you tear up again. I hate that. I was using this one, but there's got a lot of room on it. Here. I know that I had put that motherfucker's D in my mouth. Now I'm exchanging DNA with my mother. He altered my chemistry. He used me. He altered my body. Lured me into a sense of security, thinking I was going to be complete with him. And he was a dumbass. Like I said, the chapstick. Every time he violated me by placing the... I told him, you've got chapstick, or chapped lips. He was like, let me get chapstick. I was like, you're dehydrated. You're not working out. You're holding on to all the sugar. And I was trying to explain to him slowly, but he's a dumbass. He just wouldn't learn. And I'm like, oh my God, they're all retarded. Are you species? Is your species like... And then you dominated everything? What? Look at my poor mother. Beaten down by the fucking masculine.
Thank you for that. I'm all beaten down.
You know what I'm
worth
saying?
anything anymore.
I mean, you used to be gorgeous, even. So, and my mother, poor thing, she did suffer from a little bit of vanity. She's always stared in the mirror because you people made her feel that way. That she had to be
I don't
perfect
like
on the
to look in
outside.
the mirror. That's not true. I don't like to look in the mirror. Don't
She hates it, but she does it all the time for some reason. Because
No, I don't.
you're perfecting yourself for
No, I don't.
society, it seems.
I don't.
You're gorgeous.
I just don't like my picture taken, and especially, I had to go get my driver's license renewed this birthday, and I didn't have my hair cut, and I cut it myself this time. I just got so sick of it. I don't trust people with it. They don't listen. They don't do it right.
Right?
I had a second husband that was beautician, whatever they want to call that, cosmetologist, and he did a great job with my hair. But that's over. And he tells me when I don't say all the time. I don't ever see him like twice a year, but he did tell me, "Oh, anytime I'll cut your hair." After that, I got the scissors out and I made my own bangs and blended it in. No, thank you. I don't remember what I was talking about. It's been a long life.
Fuck yeah.
I've lived a few.
Fuck, it seems like it. For me, too. How many other times have I died, Mama? How many
I think I
times?
was talking about like the wages and stuff. Wages still bad, and this is a tourist town, and it's gotten bigger. If I would have known that this town would grow, it grew like it. When we first come down here, it was a 2-lane highway to get from the Little Rock Exchange to Hot Springs, and it was all windy, and the trees hung over the road. It was beautiful.
She loves driving.
I love driving.
She deserves a brand new spanking
I've got a
flying
million
car.
miles on me. I've driven everywhere and put people to sleep because I drive so smoothly.
Oh yeah. So that accident that she had the other day that like is on her record that she hit somebody, he pulled out in front of her. And then she got blamed for it. Isn't that right? That dude that cut you off and then clipped you or something like that right there in the middle.
That was years ago. But yeah, it fucked up my car. Angel put the front end of the car back together.
So he should have owed you money, but he lied.
Yeah.
Yep. So there we go. More people around this area.
He did say that
Culture shock.
He did say that he was going from Chicken Express, and he had a
Prejudices.
class at the college.
Racism.
He had a class
Ignorance.
at college, and he took off the whole front end of my car.
Yep.
Angel had to rebuild it.
And Mommy, what did I have to do for your car because you were desperate to take care of us?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, this one. What did I do for you?
You helped me pay the $1,100. Well, you paid it all, the $1,100.
Yeah.
The frame was rusted out. The actual frame. And her dad gave me the car. I don't think he knew about it because he had to get up under there. But might have
Giving her shit after all the abuse she took.
Might have brought it to my attention that the frame.
Could have killed her. She could have died.
So, I talked to the Mexican mechanics that we have here in town because the white people didn't want to do it. They said, we won't touch it.
But the Mexicans helped us, huh?
Yeah.
Because of her Spanish. Because they knew she wasn't racist like the majority of the populace that we've encountered so far. Including that neighbor at Briar Lane. What was the address of that next door house?
That was your fucking teacher.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I told them about it earlier. Tell me what happened. Please, from your perspective.
We hadn't even moved in yet. You kids, we finally brought you kids to see it and look around and see what the, plans for the future.
Yeah.
And we were outside walking around. And that motherfucker, he said as loud as fuck that Spix had moved into the neighborhood.
Wow.
And the neighborhood went to shit.
That man gave me
he
chemistry classes.
He put that house up for sale, and he was gone within a month or so.
Wasn't he a preacher also?
I don't remember.
Yes, he is now. He turned into one. He thinks he got away with murder.
He's always liking on Letitia's stuff.
Oh yeah, he thinks that we're friends. He thinks that he gave back enough by teaching me chemistry and everything. No, you scarred my mother. She's traumatized by that. You are racist, Larry Fremming.
I told you no names.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dox. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm mad.
Stop. Don't need that.
Sorry.
But
Allegedly, right? Racist.
But you're gonna do it again. I told you don't.
I'm mad.
So
You're mad. I feel it. I can't help but defend you. You know this. You couldn't do it for yourself. Here I was born for you to defend you.
Angel does the same thing.
Yeah, we were both born to protect this gorgeous angel on earth.
All my
Incarnation.
Kids, all my kids protect me.
Guardian angel.
My grandsons, they protect
And you
me.
fucking judged her. Made her feel poorly about her looks. About who the choices she chose to love.
Yeah.
You ripped her loves out of her life because of your prejudices, because of your hatred, because of your racism.
Alright, calm down. What were we talking about?
It's the truth. Just saying.
What were we talking about?
Go on.
Wages? Something like that?
Yes, we were talking about wages.
They still suck down here.
Yep, we were.
And the other thing is, you can put in
Hold on, I need a breath.
You can put in application after application to throw
That
the
ain't
shit
it.
away. It's all about who you know.
It's
If
all about who
got
you know.
know
Down
so-
to
if you know
connections.
somebody,
Freemasons.
you can get in. So, anyways, I was telling you about this town. Fell in love with that drive down here. And back then,
Can I borrow your fork, Mommy? I'm
Yeah.
sorry that,
back then,
I'm a filthy slut now.
it was a little town. Even though it was still a tourist town, we didn't have the bypass through here. So you had to go the old school way and go all the way downtown through the one-ways to get onto the others.
The hard route.
It took forever to get from one side to the other side.
This is a determined woman, and if anyone destroys her heart again, the cosmos hears you. They see you. They watch. Don't touch my angel on earth, please.
Anywho, these tacos are really good. I don't know who's watching, and my big mouth, and I'm gonna eat it all too because they're
Fuck
fucking
yeah, we were
delicious.
hungry. We did not eat much today. These people are distorting our reality, aren't they? Fucking with our lives.
You know, my salsa would have topped that off so it wasn't so
Right.
dry, but
Honestly, I do like salsa verde with like
I
the
don't.
tomatillos.
I hate
I
tomatoes.
kind of like it.
I don't like the acidic part of it.
Well, I'll get that in a minute.
I lost a tater. I lost a tater. On my
Is that some type of omen or something?
Yeah.
Like a weird.
They went rolling across the
She's
floor.
a witch. She's a witch. She's making predictions.
And my cat-
Loki.
my cat will not eat anything human. He sniffs my food. He's never ate meat. He doesn't like it. He'll smell it. It can be anything.
But my cat would eat all kinds of raw food.
My cat won't. The only thing he's ate a couple times, I use avocado plant butter. I hate real like margarine and shit. That's one ingredient away from paint and bullshit. No, thank you. I quit feeding margarine to my kids a long time ago. So anyways,
Healthy choices for her children, as best she could.
I went to-
with the
I went to
low
regular.
income means she
Yeah,
had.
I went to regular butter, cow butter, dairy butter. But then when plant butter started coming around, I can't get me enough of country crock plant butter, the avocado. I'm advertising for y'all. I don't like running out of that shit.
She loves it.
I'll get extra because I only buy the sticks. And I make my own butter dish and everything. But yeah, and nothing but, even when I made the oatmeal this morning, I took my country crock and I left it there with my grandson so he gets used to it.
Aw.
Because he buttered he was going to send back the loaf of bread that I took and the butter.
Aw.
And I'm
You
like,
should
no,
keep it.
I said, keep that.
I paid for it with the money that I get from my barely assistants, didn't I, Mommy?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that I had a WIC card because I'm still going through a miscarriage. So apparently they carry through. So I'm getting still the WIC. So when all that happened, and my mother was always there for me for these appointments as a witness to all of these things and these incompetent buffoons down in this general area, especially.
Get my fork back.
It's like they refused to give us help like they did up in Wisconsin, huh, Mommy?
Well, I didn't ask for a lot of help up north
Right.
because, you know, we built up from scratch and we ended up with our own car dealership.
One thing I have to
we
mention.
were taking care of ourselves for a while, but
One thing I do have to mention is that I started smoking medicinal marijuana or marijuana on the streets, recreational, whatever was passed around, when I was 18. Because I had to deal with the stress of reality, right?
oh
That's
man,
crazy.
she hated weed so bad. She used to
Against
rag her.
it.
She used to rag her brothers. And don't be smoking that fucking shit. Their hand on her hip and pointing. You shouldn't be smoking that shit.
Then what happened? Then what happened?
Oh,
You guys traumatized me more with all these motherfuckers that took advantage of my body. And you let them get away. And you beat me down, beat me down, beat me down. Every time these men just take advantage of us. Because we're so compassionate, huh, Mommy? Yeah. You've been taken advantage of since your divorce too, huh, Mommy?
Yeah.
And who was that? Todd's bitch ass.
No.
I'm sorry. That
No,
fucking
he
said, what did he say though? This dick to you. Alcoholic. Pervert. What did he say to you?
No, he didn't say it to me. He said it to my sister-in-law when he went back home. My sister-in-law is a bartender. And he went back home where my family lives. Out west, that's all I'm going to say. And started telling her he was drunk. And he started getting all pissed about I divorced him. It was after 2 months and he was fucking drunk. And then he went home. He lived in North Dakota. But I knew him from the past, and he was my brother's friend. So anyways, he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And so then, he's from North Dakota, and he'd fly down here, because I told him, I said, for one thing, I will always be here for my kids, just so you know.
Thank you.
He had a daughter that he had never seen. Otherwise, he was single his whole life. I told him, I said, I'll always be there for my kids, and I won't leave Hot Springs because they're here.
Damn.
I will not move to North Dakota.
Fuck you, bro.
And he accepted that I would never move to North Dakota.
But then,
But I would be well, you know, I would fly to where my family is, of course, because he had a house there too. It was just a mobile home, but he bragged about it. So it was only 2 months, and he went back home, and he was drinking and throwing, which I encouraged. I told him, go out with your friends, you know, you work hard in the oil fields and whatever, go out and have fun. And he was on the dart team. He started getting mouthy with me. First it was by text, and then he called me, and I knew he was drunk. Then he started saying shit he shouldn't have.
fucker that I never met.
Yeah, Angel did, and it's crazy. Anyhow,
Accusing my mother of stealing from him money.
He actually called me a gold digger
Ha!
for $20,000
Ha!
when I bought it. This happened right when I got this place. I bought everything. I furnished the kitchen. I put everything. But he did buy a few things when he was here because he thought he was going to live here part-time. So he bought like a tool bag with tools in it for me to use. And when he was fucking here, he bought like $300 worth of groceries and put in the refrigerator and everything, right? We had food. The motherfucker wanted to go out to a restaurant every day. Because he didn't have those in his area and he wanted to experience. We got a lot of unique restaurants. Like, you know, what do they call? That's not a franchise.
Right.
A lot of unique ones.
They're family-owned restaurants.
Especially like, you know, he liked the Blue Monkey.
Which we prefer. Family-owned.
Yeah. So anyways, he wanted to experience that. And here I got a shit ton of food in my refrigerator. And I kept telling him, we need to cook that food. You know, we need to... well, we can do that later, tomorrow, whatever. So, he paid for his plane ticket down here 2 or 3 times, I think 3 times, when he flew down to marry me, and he only stayed here 2 or 3 days that he could have managed to stay when we got married. And we stayed in a hotel because I was doing the works on getting this place, but it wasn't finished yet. I don't want my laptop closed. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Okay, that was.
It's already.
Sorry.
So yeah, anyways, it didn't work. It didn't work out. So I knew from that night when he was getting snippy and drunk and everything, I didn't say anything. But the next day, I got on the computer, looked up how to do a pro se divorce, and fucking filled out the paperwork. And I didn't have a printer yet at the time. Mine was in storage. I went down and got my son's printer and used his internet, hooked it all up, printed my shit out, filled that shit out, and by 1:40 p.m. I filed for divorce. $167 that Angel
That she
gave.
was out
Yeah, Angel gave it
because
to
he
me.
lied and manipulated her,
Yeah.
and then turned
And I
around
turned
and
around
attacked her.
talked to- and my brother and my sister-in-law told me, it's a good thing your brother wasn't there because he'd have decked the fucker. Because my brother, my family knows I'm not into the money thing. Never have been. That's why I married a poor Mexican.
I would like to talk about one other thing, and that was fucking, what is his name, Rod? No, not his name. The man that was from the government that said he was high up, that could help you, that lied to you, manipulated you for years. I want his name. Ray. Supposedly Ray. That took advantage of her. He took advantage of her body, didn't he?
One time.
Yep. Lured her into a state of security to abuse her. My vessel. Vessel.
He did end up disappearing. I mean, he would check in on me. Like, I'd text him, and then he'd finally answer me. I always told me he was out of the country, like in Qatar, or places like that, because he sold, like, equipment to the government.
Oh.
That was his job.
Interesting. Intertwined there. Watching
I
my
don't
mother.
know. I don't know.
And her innocence.
To me, I want to say it was true. And he was a super close friend. But then when shit started falling apart for us years ago,
Yeah.
he didn't answer my texts or phone calls anymore.
Well, hopefully he's well. He's he's well.
So I
He
hung
lied
that,
to you.
I hung
Lied
that
to
up
you.
because I seen when it got really rough, when shit started falling apart
Uh-huh.
between my kids. Yeah, when I needed him the most, he disappeared. He never did follow. He always said that he might. And I always said, well, if you've got that kind of clout, he walked through everything with me when Angel was arrested and in prison and shit. Not when Leticia, by that time.
Because when she reached out to him about me, even though he had met me in person, didn't he?
Yeah, he met you in
He
person
actually
once.
did, in a hotel room. There's evidence of that, too. There's cameras everywhere now, in lobbies and such. We met up, and the man I felt uncomfortable about because I thought he was a liar.
Yeah.
Lying and manipulating my mother for no reason and trying to lead her into a path like he was going to save her. You need saving, bro. You need saving. You manipulated her heart and mind for years.
Yeah.
A lot of you people.
Yeah, it was for years. Got in trouble. I got in a lot of trouble over him. Yeah, I did.
Wow.
And
Wow.
And we only met once, or we met twice. We met twice. There was a second time.
So he was just like magically just here and there all over the place. My bra's broken, by the way. If you're noticing this little piece, fuck you. Don't look at my fucking tits, okay? So go on, mommy. My bra broke, and when you know who bought me this bra? Robert. It's broken bra that covers my chest over my heart. Broken. Damn. He fucked up. I warned him about the spirits. I warned him about paranormal activity like he's a dumbass. He doesn't believe in it. You got the keys. Here we are. Anyway, I left the keys behind, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I left what? The ring behind, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I left everything behind, but besides a few.
Did you take any coverage of it? Did you take a picture? Did you take video?
I
The
did
ring
not.
was-
So,
oh my god.
hmm.
Oh my god. The fucking ring was sitting there. I told her it was on a white square on her countertop, and I pushed it over to the black one because it showed up more on the black.
And then
one.
I set it atop this little speaker that I have that is mine.
that's right. You did.
With the keys.
When I told you.
Like a little platter for him.
That's right.
I gave it back. No thank you for your breadcrumbs. I don't need to be ignored half the time. I don't need half your ass.
We do need.
Dumbass.
I do want Rocket. We need Rocket back. Even though Loki doesn't like any cat, I would love that he would get to know and love Rocket because she's such a good kitty.
I love that she's my better half. Because let's think about this here. I would say fuck the cat. Fuck Robert. Stay with the cat. See what you do. See what your karma ends up being when you end up hurting the cat and she ends up reporting back to her species. Just saying.
She's a sweetie kitty.
Yep.
I don't get into all the species and whatever she's talking about. I'm straight, so.
Doesn't smoke.
You guys can ask me, but it's got to be straight questions.
She doesn't partake.
No.
She's not an alcoholic, like I said. She's not a pill popper.
No.
I was exaggerating because I was mad. So all the fucking rumors, you fucked yourselves. You fucked yourselves by playing with my mommy.
And those things, they hurt me in the moment, but then I'm like, who fucking cares? You people don't know me for real, you know? So, you don't know what I've been through. I should be a fucking alcoholic and a pill popper and all the above.
And
you know,
so should I.
Shoot up. I got a ex-husband that, no thank you. Nope, that's why, you know.
And that is
He
why.
didn't do that. He didn't do that while we were married. But
No, but I
after we
sensed that.
divorced, oof.
I sensed that. That's why I wanted to get him away from her, and that's why I had Brandon, take care of the dog. Oh well. That's how it worked out in my story, you know?
So anywho,
He was protecting me. I was pregnant with his baby. But then he didn't protect me when the baby was out of me. He stole the baby. To manipulate the baby. To take advantage of the baby.
this poor thing is gonna fall apart one day.
Yeah, she has nothing.
Right, I got this right after
She
I
is
moved
poor,
in here too.
even more poor than I. So when I asked
and
and
I bought
requested
and paid
donations,
for it myself.
because
I
need to buy things for my mother.
Yeah, it cost me $500. I'm still keeping it together though. My son's helped on the
And-
tech side of it,
And Robert had even
but I
paid
keep
for.
breaking the plastic on it. And
Speaking of laptops, I left my laptop at Best Buy with him, so he had to go pick up my fucking laptop that he ended up paying for some shit. I'll pay him back every fucking dime. I told him I would go half on it. He always told me, I'll pay for half of it. You should be paying for all of it. I paid for $500 worth of groceries every month.
Yeah,
$500 worth of my money.
Why didn't
My
you tell
hard-earned
him,
money.
Why didn't you tell him? I'll pay half.
Yeah. He never chipped in. But he picked up a few groceries. It's on record through the purchases in my fucking app of Kroger. Which card was his, which one was mine. Yeah. Yeah. So he just took advantage of me. Whereas his mother wanted a prenup. I'm sorry, he was using me. I had $1,500 total. That's it. What I have is, I'm being honest, $1,500. I have $500 in, well, not really. It was lowered. I exaggerate. Yeah, I'm rolling up. So it's approximately like $1,400. Let's be honest here. So it's like $1,400 a month. $400 or so for groceries, which it was higher. It was closer to $500. Then the new year, they took more from me. What? I've been helping people. I don't know what to do. I don't know where my address is. Technically, I am homeless. I'm straight up saying I'm homeless. I was expelled from my home, all these different places. What is the word? What is the word when they shoot you out from a place, a location? When you are evicted. What is the word? Expelled. I want to say it's a varying term for expelled, pushed out, eradicated. You know. So I don't know. I just feel like nobody's speaking our language, huh, Mommy?
Yeah.
And we looked up the laws, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I went through the litigation book many times and read it to you over the phone, didn't I? So there's record of those phone calls because it was through the jail system, wasn't it, Mommy? And the psychiatric hospital. Yep. Say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many times did I scream and cry about random nonsense that you had no idea what the fuck I was talking about?
Right.
How many times was I dropped down to baby voice?
A lot.
A lot. How did I sound?
Like a baby.
Mommy, it's so heavy, I'm so heavy. I can't do it. I can't even mimic it. What the fuck did you do to me? What'd you do to us? Don't fucking touch my mother. Don't test on my mother. I swear to Christ, our Lord and Savior. So let's do a prayer and let's get off of here since you're busy there. Let's have our night together. We shared enough with these assholes. Right, Mommy? I'm sorry. My mom wants to be considerate for people, these subscribers, the good people. She will share the good
I'm not
part.
talking to the fucking trolls. I don't give a fuck about you trolls. Fuck you.
You're fucking idiots.
But the good people,
incriminating yourselves.
But the good people, thank you for being good people. I consider myself a good people. And you
oh,
spilled
no.
your water. You spilled
Tidal
water.
wave! Tidal wave!
Okay,
Somewhere!
Stop it. Stop. Anyways,
I love you.
we have a lot of fun when we can. A lot of times things are uptight and a little abnormal.
How much love did you share with us, though, that you took us on adventures like
Oh shit,
like
we've
to
been,
Familyland?
yeah, we've
that
been,
no longer exist.
we've been to all the places.
Six Flags.
Even when we used to come
Six
down,
Flags together.
Yeah, even when we come down here.
Oh, so much fun! I wish I could
Yeah,
go again.
I don't think we ever afforded the fucking museum amusement park. I don't think we ever afforded
Mid America.
that. Well, what the fuck's the place called over there?
We went to Mid America.
No, the water park.
Hot Springs.
No.
Magic Springs.
Magic Springs.
Yes.
See, we don't go to it.
We don't go to it. We're not.
Angel
Yeah,
took
I got a free
Angel
pass
took
one
his
day.
kids and
Too expensive.
and his woman to it. They get a season pass, and
It's absurd.
And then they take the grandkids with, and they got to have fun too.
We don't get to have entertainment. We have to
Angel did a
outsource.
lot.
And, yeah.
Yeah,
Here-
he did a lot and sacrificed a lot with that the mother of his child and
Who is a liar?
yeah she
Is a liar.
oh yeah she looks down on us too, but it doesn't
And talks shit.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And she's a whore.
I've always wanted to like her. I always wanted her to like me
Just saying.
because I did things for her. I washed her clothes because she started school. I washed her clothes. I took care of the kids. I cleaned out. It was my house. They lived with me. I would go in and clean up her mess and have it all cleaned up before she ever come home.
I
She
concur.
came home to a
My
clean
mother
house.
is always very neat and tidy. That's why I flipped out this afternoon. And people sent welfare checks over me screaming about the dishes. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, Angel doesn't
The
like
fuck
to
is
do
wrong with
dishes. He does. He'll rinse them out and everything, and he has been lately. In the last month or so.
Since that.
I quit.
Yeah.
I go hide in my bedroom and I told him I don't come out and eat. I let him have the rest of the house.
I'll be honest, Mom.
And I told him I'm not cleaning and I'm sick of cleaning. I'm not cleaning. So that's why the kitchen was a mess because I hadn't handled it. I did handle it about a week ago. I just, for some reason, I had a burst of energy, which I don't really have because I have parathyroid problems. That's not thyroid problems. It's parathyroid. Look
I
it
wonder
up.
why.
Look it up.
She's
There's a
researched
difference.
everything.
She
She knows a lot.
My levels are sky high, and it ruins your body. I'm in that dilemma, but the doctors are working on it. It takes time. I'm the one that figured it out. I'm the one that said, that's not right. So they've been watching me, and it's just getting worse and worse.
Lying to her.
And I'll eventually have to
Manipulating
have
her.
surgery to fix it. There's no fixing it.
Big pharma.
Yeah, you have to
Tampering
remove
with
the
her.
parathyroid. There's 4 of them. 4.
I'm
And
mad.
any of the 4 can be bad or more than one.
So poor mommy's over here just trying to tend to her babies because she created them, and I'm going crazy because I'm
I got
freaking.
one here. I'm texting with 2. I've seen grandson today, had great fun. Usually I see my younger one, which I did yesterday when he was at work, pulled up, and there he was. And so I bought water, he carried the thing out and everything. I am loved. I am loved.
Yes.
I am loved. Even through the fucking craziness. That's why I never lose hope. Because they're mine. I brought them into this world. And I know I'm responsible for them.
And I'm grateful beyond all measure of the fucking galaxies.
That's why my ex-daughter-in-law, I used to tell her, it's not about us, it's about the kids. She hated that. Because she was still young and it was all about her. What she wanted, what she, she's spoiled.
Ignores her kids.
And, so yeah. But yeah. Without her, I wouldn't have had my grandbabies. And my grandbabies are special. And I miss them. So, but I know, if I stay patient, one day they'll come back to me. My mom said that about me when my kids' dad pulled me away from my own family. And I told my mom, I said, how did you get through it? It was 3 or 4 years that I didn't talk to you. She said, I knew you loved me, and I knew you'd come back to me. My grandkids will grow up. My 2 older grandsons, well actually 4 older grandsons, 1 passed. but my 4 grandsons, I've seen them all, and drove one to Job Corps a few months ago. Took him over to Job Corps, and we all, in my little SUV, I had me, my son, and my 2nd and 4th grandson. So 4 of us in the car, and all his duffel bags, because he's got to go to school for 2 years in Oklahoma, the Job Corps, to have any hope of getting one. After losing his brother and everything, I know they gotta be fucking going, how, that's hard. Especially losing a special one. But yeah, I drove him over there. And it's like a 6-hour drive over and 6 hours back, and I drive it all straight. And I got all these big boys in the car. In my little bitty SUV, I got a small one, and it's only a 4-banger. And all us big kids and big people in there, and all his stuff that he has to live over there for 2 years was all in the back end. And my car made it, and it was freaking 108 that day. 108. It was just insane. And my little car made it there and back, point A to point B, back to point A. So I always tell her, good girl. Good girl. I pat her on the dash and say, good girl. So she's gotten me places.
My mom is
it's all
a
rusted.
saint.
It's all rusted out.
She protects me, even lying for me sometimes, and I don't want to say out loud, but she's a protector. What can you do? And she needs to help us. Why would you keep her from us for those many years? She's hurt. She's drained.
Yeah.
You haven't seen all of it.
I
see
other
all
things
of it
to do.
without the camera.
I got the other things to do.
I'm privy to that, not you.
With my other kids and stuff, I got stuff going on. So y'all have a great night,
Yeah,
beautiful weekend. I know it's halfway over. We have beautiful weather here. I was supposed to go hiking tomorrow. I found out that my son worked from 5 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. I don't want to put him on a hike tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it on Monday. His day's off. So, but we'll go on that spirit walk and with the walking stick, and then and I will let Leticia show you what the walking stick looks like. I could explain to you what the things on it mean, because there's special meaning in the stuff I put on it. So good night, y'all.
Good night.
I've got to go to the other room.
Okay, you gotta go potty.
No.
Or
I got things going on.
Thank you for picking that up. I meant to.
Yeah, I picked up the tater.
Okay, love you guys. Have a great night. We'll do a little prayer for however you perceive this. But our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine kingdom, thine power, and thine glory are yours, now and forever. Amen. So anyway, yeah. I know I'm a little bit extra, can't help it, but it is what it is. Have a great night, everybody. So sorry about my potty mouth. I do apologize. They knew. They kept tasing me anyway. I can't adjust my vocabulary. You people have tainted me. I feel filthy. You're filthy. Perverts. Most not. Yeah, well, you did have keys to the houses, and you went in without anybody's permission, and then you acted like, oh, we're just service people. That's cheating.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
It's over.
Oh, you scared me.
Good night. Good night, y'all.
Love you. Bye-bye. My mom's the only one allowed to slap me. Anyway, good night. Love you. Bye-bye. 2001 people, mommy. Yay. All right, how do I end this again?